By Jerry Remy. Today we will play 2. And as a result of last night's rainout, some changes for both teams.
Well, first of all, Don, a very long day of baseball. Of course, these day-night doubleheaders and bullpens become a major concern. You know, you hope you get a long start, especially from the guy pitching in the first game for both sides. But there are some changes. Mike Marath was supposed to pitch against the Red Sox, but he became ill last night. So they've called up Zach Minor from the minor leagues. Now, Marath, in every game he pitched in this year, the Tigers have won. So it's a little bit of a change in the lineup for the Red Sox. Also, they got Cora in there today for game 1. They've got Hinsky in there. Drady Drew not quite ready to go yet. So some lineup changes, a little bit different than last night. But the big thing today is they don't have to face Mike Marath, who took sick, and now they get a chance to work on Zach Minor, who had some struggles at the minor league level.
Well, we hope today the weather will cooperate for both of these games. We're back with the first one. Julian Tavarez will take the baseball right after this.
Hi, Lisa.
Honey.
What's that?
Oh, it's a smoothie from Dunkin' Donuts. It has low-fat yogurt, vitamin C. It's a snack you can feel good about.
Oh, you're right. I do feel good.
I feel so good, I don't even mind that you stole my smoothie.
I feel so good, I don't even feel awkward about taking it.
Delicious Dunkin' Donuts smoothies, now in tropical fruit. America runs on Dunkin'.
Stop by Dunkin' Donuts and try the new tropical fruit smoothie in pineapple, banana, and coconut flavor.
Have you heard about the benefits of a reverse mortgage? If you're a homeowner, 62 years or older, and would like to supplement your monthly income, a reverse mortgage could be the key to living comfortably in retirement. U.S. government-insured reverse mortgages allow seniors to convert the equity in their home into cash without having to move or make monthly loan payments. We offer a free information kit and video explaining everything you need to know about a reverse mortgage.
Call 800-300-4519.
At VIP Parts, Tires, and Service, we know how to show you and your car a little love. Need tires? Our Speed Lane pros help you make the right selection for the best price guaranteed. And we'll install them in under an hour. No wasted time. Just the biggest selection of name brand quality tires. Michelin, Pirelli, Goodyear, and more in stock when you need them. Installed by qualified service techs faster than anywhere. When you need quality name brand tires, make an appointment in our Speed Lane bay. VIP, a little love goes a long way.
My neighbor drove all over town to find the best deal on a cell phone. I just logged on to Let's Talk. They make it easy to compare plans from all major carriers and find cell phone deals that are much cheaper than retail.
Like the hot BlackBerry Pearl with music and video player, a $369 value, yours free after mail-in rebate and new calling plan.
Let's Talk has the best prices, the best plans, and the most free phones guaranteed.
Log on to 25letstalk.com or call now to order your BlackBerry Pearl. Let's Talk, the smarter way to shop for cell phones. So log on or call now.
Closed captioning provided by Finagle Bagel, Boston's best sandwich, soup, salad, and of course Bagel Cafe, with 20 locations in Eastern Mass. Boston Red Sox baseball on Nesson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, New England Subaru dealers, Foxwoods Resort Casino, your local Lincoln Mercury dealers, Killian's, Rico, and by New England Toyota dealers. Well, good afternoon once again, everybody. Welcome to Fenway Park, the makeup game from last night's rainout. And today it is on the cool side and, of course, cloud covered. A chance for some drizzle here during the afternoon, but it does appear we'll be all right for this first game of 2 today. And a breeze of 12 miles per hour out to left. It's mostly cloudy here at the moment and 47 degrees to begin the day between the Red Sox and the Tigers. They wrap up their 4-game series. Everybody kind of bundled up here today, ready for just about anything. And right now, kind of a slight gathering at Fenway Park as, of course, a great many folks may not be able to make it here today after last night's rainout.
Well, very quick turnaround, and of course, no chance of playing that ball game last night here at Fenway Park. It just really rained hard, and of course, folks who had tickets to that game last night can be at the ball game today. So we'll see how many show up, and I'm sure a lot of people maybe had to give those away with this being a work day.
Red Sox take the field for this game 1 of 2 today. And as they do, let's check out the starting lineup for the visiting Detroit Tigers, brought to you by Rico. Leading it off in center field is Curtis Granderson. Placido Polanco at second base with Gary Sheffield, the designated hitter. Maglio Ordonez in right field. Carlos Guillen is the shortstop. Ivan Rodriguez does the catching with Sean Casey at first base. Craig Monroe in left field. And Brandon Inge, the third baseman, bats ninth. The starting pitcher is brought to you by Panasonic, and on the mound for this game one is Julian Tavarez.
Trying today to stop a 2-game losing streak, losing his last 2 to Minnesota and of course to Baltimore last time out. Against the Orioles, 5 innings in that game, 10 hits allowed and 4 earned runs. The Red Sox had some chances. They left the bases loaded 3 times, stranding 13 runners in that game. But Tavarez today trying to improve on that 1-4 record, the 6.60 ERA. The Red Sox defense is brought to you by your Boston area Lexus dealers. They are 11th in the league with 28 errors on the season. Mike Lowell at third base, Julio Lugo the shortstop, Alex Cora at second, and Kevin Youkilis at first base. Left to right, Manny Ramirez, Coco Crisp, and Eric Ginsky. Doug Mirabelli getting the start in game one behind the plate, and Julian Tavarez doing the pitching.
The umpiring crew has Jerry Meals behind the plate, Bruce Dreckman at first base, Rob Drake at second base, and Gary Darling is the umpire at third. Where available, this telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your television remote. Enjoy the game.
Buenas tardes, amigos.
Well, the Red Sox and Tigers ready to go in the first of 2 today, and it's Curtis Granderson who stands in to begin the game. Well, the first pitch of this one. Missing 4-1 to Granderson, who starts today hitting at 280. Some good power numbers for a leadoff hitter. He has 7 homers and 19 runs batted in so far for the Tigers. This player profile is brought to you by Sovereign Bank, the official bank of the Red Sox cable network, and last year had 59 extra base hits. This season 24 so far in 38 games. Also possesses great speed as he lifts one to left. Remember the wind blowing in that direction. Manny's back there, and he makes the catch for the first out. I guess the wind similar to the other night. We saw some of those balls carry pretty well to left field.
Yeah, I'm not sure the wind's blowing out here this afternoon. It looks a little bit more like a gentle breeze in toward home plate. Of course, it's been changing, it seems like, every hour here at Fenway Park. And there you get a better look on that flag. It is definitely blowing in toward home plate.
So 1 down for Placido Polanco. Polanco starts today at .327 with a home run and 18 runs batted in. Sprays it foul, and it's 1-1 to Polanco.
Plus the Red Sox playing this day-night doubleheader. The Tigers do not return to Fenway Park this season, so you're kind of strapped. You have to go with the day-nighter. You can't schedule it next time in. They don't come in again.
Sounds like the weather for the weekend is also a little bit dicey beginning tomorrow as interleague play begins for the Red Sox against the Atlanta Braves. Lugo at shortstop throws out Polanco, and there's 2 down.
And that's what Tavarez would like to do, get back to getting a lot of ground ball outs. Had that sinker working for him and having these Tiger hitters pound the ball into the ground and let his infield do the work for him. This is the sinking fastball from Tavarez. It is down, and Polanco, who makes great contact at the plate, just hits that little ground ball to shortstop.
2 down here in the first inning for Gary Sheffield. 241, 6 homers and 17 runs batted in. He was 1 for 4 here the other night. High chopper foul outside of third base. He's had 9 RBIs over the last 11 games. By Lowell and into left field. Gary Sheffield aboard with 2 downs here in the first inning.
Now Sheffield's had great success against Julian Tavarez. .333 coming into the ball game today. He gets that sinking fastball, and as you can see, Mike Lowell right on that line. They expect him to be able to pull Julian Tavarez. He does pull him, but to the left of Mike Lowell for the base hit.
So the 2-out single for Sheffield, and it brings up Maglio Ordonez. Ordonez, who hit Tim Wakefield very well the other night. A couple of hits for Ordonez, including a 3-run home run. .343 with 8 homers and 37 runs batted in. One of 2 home runs allowed by Tim Wakefield. Brandon Inge also homering and injuring J.D. Drew on the play. The center Crisp is back there waiting, and he makes the catch at ends the inning. The Tigers strand a base runner. Red Sox coming up.
Your flight attendants will be coming through the cabin shortly, offering snacks for sale for $5. Also available, in-flight magazines for $3. If you'd like to rent a pillow or blanket, that'll be $2. You need to use the restroom, that fee's $4. If you need anything else, feel free to push that call button for a minimum fee of $1.
How far are they gonna go? For 35 years, Southwest Airlines has offered low fares with no strings attached.
You are now free to move about the country.
The most realistic baseball sim ever. MLB 07 The Show, only on PlayStation. Rated E for everyone.
I am your idea. Color me. Get me noticed. Make me shout. And stand out. Give me Rico color that always works. I am your idea. Make me brighter. Make me shine. I am your idea. Get me in there. Make it happen. In flying colors. It's you and me, and here we go. With Rico.
Hello?
Mrs. Anderson, this is Mark Brown. I'm from the collections department of...
Hi. Listen, I'm sorry I haven't made my payment yet. I'll get it in as soon as I can.
Maybe you should call In Charge. They'll work with you and come up with a solution that's right for you.
When life hands you a little more than you can manage, call In Charge Debt Solutions. We're a nonprofit company that puts people back in control by helping them manage their debt. We'll stop the collection calls, and we'll help lower your interest rates, so you'll have one affordable monthly payment. Call In Charge today.
Tigers don't score in the top half of the first inning with the Red Sox coming up. The starting pitcher is brought to you by Panasonic, and today a bit of a surprise, Zach Miner.
Yeah, Mike Maroth became ill overnight, so Zach Miner called up from the minor leagues. They put Bonderman on the DL, made his major league debut against the Red Sox, losing that ball game last year. See, the numbers are down at Toledo, although he's pitched well over his last 2 starts with Toledo. He's pitched 13 innings without an earned run.
Leo Lugo leading it off for the Red Sox here in the bottom of the first inning, and the first pitch in there for a strike from Zach Miner. Also, the Tigers placing Jeremy Bonderman on the disabled list. As Bonderman with the blister that we talked about earlier in the series, they thought they were going to not need to place him on the deal, but ended up doing so. Tigers coming in at 10 games over 500 at 24-14. They've got a half-game lead to begin the day over the Cleveland Indians. Lugo starting the day, hitting at .258, 2 homers and 23 runs batted in. To third base, and Brandon Inge in time to get Lugo. Let's check out the rest of the Red Sox starting lineup, brought to you by New England Dodge Dealers. Coco Crisp bats second in center field. David Ortiz, designated hitter, bats third. Manny Ramirez in left field. Kevin Youkilis at first base. Mike Lowell at third base. Eric Hansky in right field. Doug Mirabelli doing the catching, batting eighth in his first start in a non-Tim Wakefield pitch game. And Alex Cora at second base bats ninth. Here is Coco with 1 down here in the last half of the first inning.
Well, the Red Sox today will see the fastball, curveball, slider, and changeup from Miner. It was a curveball to Lugo for the ground ball to third base.
Tigers able to beat the Red Sox 7-2 on Tuesday night when these two teams last met. And it's 12 wins now in the last 15 games for Detroit. Justin Verlander able to get the win in an extremely well pitched game for Verlander.
One of the questions in the Red Sox clubhouse, would Maroth become healthy for the second game tonight? And nobody believed that he would. Chad Durbin is still scheduled to start game 2 against Kurt Schilling.
Three and one the count to Coco Crisp. And Chad Durbin with a pretty good record. He's 3-1 with the earned run average up over 5. A strike, and Crisp, who was headed to first base, thought he had ball 4. Gets the bad news from Jerry Meals.
That might have been a little bit of a gift right there for Zach Miner. Appeared that ball was down and away.
Full count now, 3-2 to Coco Crisp with 1 out. Late in the cut and protectively grounds it foul over by the Tigers dugout.
Now 2 sinker ball pitches in this game. Julian Tavarez and Zach Miner. Pretty good sinker right there to Coco on the 3-2 count.
To left field, an opposite field base hit, even with Craig Monroe playing shallow in left.
The Tiger defense is brought to you by a New England Ford dealers. They are 4th in the league with 20 errors on the season. Brandon Inge at third base. Carlos Guillen, the shortstop. Placido Polanco at second. And Sean Casey at first. Left to right, Craig Monroe, Curtis Granderson, and Maglio Ordonez. And Pudge Rodriguez with all of his 12 gold gloves behind the plate. And once again, a 3-2 sinker to Coco Crisp, and perfect hitting, taking that ball running away and taking it to left field for the line drive base hit.
So 1 out, 1 on, and it brings up Big Papi. Tigers in a shift, but Carlos Guillen, the shortstop, hanging around second base, not all that far away from the bag. Ortiz .313 to begin the day. 9 homers and 33 runs batted in.
There was a time when you wouldn't consider running against Pudge Rodriguez. Now you have to be careful at first base. He loves to throw behind left-handed hitters and try to pick off guys at first base. But so far this year, only 3 for 16, 15% for Pudge.
There's a strike. 2-1 now to Ortiz. David, over the last 20 games, hitting at .347. And among the AL leaders in walks, he's second in walks, has 28 walks so far in the season. Second in extra base hits with 25. This will be interesting. A double play bid, no out at second and out at first. As reaching at second base is Crisp. He was able to elude the tag, and Crisp is going to take off for third, which is nobody there. He just scampers on over there, and Jim Leland's going to come out and perhaps contest the time was out. We'll see. Or that they got him on the out at second base.
Yeah, you know, Coco did what you're supposed to do, and it's supposed to hit the deck. And that way he may miss the tag, and also it takes more time for him to make the tag and go to first base. Now, I think what Leland's going to complain is that he went out of the baseline, but I think if you see right there, he's well within the baseline. And then when he pops up and sees nobody at third base, Chris just continues to go. I mean, there's clearly no tag there by Guillen, and I don't think he was out of the baseline. Now, when he looks up, there's nobody at third base. Time has not been called, and Chris just moves up one bag. That's a good base running play on 2 parts by Coco Crisp to avoid the tag, do what he's supposed to do, and get down on the ground. Fortunately, they missed the tag, and then he was heads up to notice at third base. Nobody was covering.
So now a chance for the Red Sox with Crisp 90 feet away and 2 down. Chance for Manny Ramirez. Manny's just 2 for his last 12 over the last 3 games. As he takes ball 1 inside, the average for Manny just a .248 with 6 homers and 24 runs batted in. to center field, and a base hit for Ramirez. From third comes Coco Crisp, and the Red Sox take the 1-0 lead.
Manning, one of the few guys in the Red Sox lineup that have faced Zach Mina before. He gets a high sinker that time and lines it right back up the middle for the base hit. So a 2-out hit for Ramirez. Picks up his 25th RBI and gives the Red Sox the 1-0 lead.
So Manny at first, 2 down, a run in. And here's Kevin Youkilis, who takes the strike from Zach Miner.
Right now, Kevin Youkilis riding a 9-game hitting streak, average up to .333. He is in the top 10 in the American League in hitting.
The 9-gamer matching his career high. From May 24th through June 2nd last year, he had a 9-game hitting streak. He's hit at .474 over the course of this 9-game hitting streak. And if we stretch it out a little further, he's hit safely in 18 of the last 19 contests. Wants time and gets it from Jerry Meals. We should mention that it is not Bruce Dreckman at first base. It is Dustin Dellinger who is umpiring there at first base.
Generally, when you have double headers, they will bring up another umpire to give one of them a day off, or each one of them a day off, I should say. For the first game of the doubleheader, one of these other umpires will have game 2 off.
So with Bruce Dreckman out of this first game, imagine he'll have the plate for game 2. One and 2 the count. The left center field on the move is Granderson. Long way to go, and he won't get there. Manny is headed for third as Granderson gets it back into the infield. It's a long single for Kevin Youkilis, and it's first and third for the Red Sox.
Now, Granderson was kind of shading Youkilis a little bit toward the opposite field, and it's a breaking ball from Miner that Youkilis just kind of flicks and hooks out in that position. You can see where Granderson is playing, and even with his speed, he could not catch up to it. He does cut it off, though, and does not allow Manny to score.
So Ramirez at third base, Youkilis at first base, and here's Mike Lowell. He starts today hitting at .316 with 7 homers and 30 runs batted in. Lowell has hit safely in the last 7 straight games. 11 for 27 during that time, hitting at .407 during the last 7 games. Another strike, and Miner quickly ahead, 0-2. So far this season, it hasn't seemed to matter whether it is a right-hander or a left-hander facing Mike Lowell. He hits a .310 against right-handers and .333 against lefties. The homers have been quite a difference against right-handed pitchers. He has 6 home runs, and against lefties just the 1. Framed by Rodriguez, but it's outside, 2-2.
You mentioned Polanco, the toughest guy in the American League to strike out. Lowell is third in that category. He's sandwiched between those 2 guys, Orlando Cabrera, the top 3 guys, the toughest to strike out in the league.
Youkilis goes as Lowell fouls it off to the right. Youkilis off on the 2-2 pitch. Eric Hinsky in the lineup for the Red Sox here in game 1 today, getting the start in right field. He waits on deck. Popped up. Down from third comes Brandon Inge into foul ground to make the catch. It ends the inning. Red Sox do get a run, but they strand a pair. It's 1-0 Boston.
It's the way our vehicles come together that sets us apart. Well-qualified lessees get a low-mileage lease on a Sebring sedan for $199 a month. Chrysler, engineered beautifully.
Stay in the game with an hour of post-game coverage on NESN. It's your post-game all-access pass with WB Mason's Extra Innings and Granite City Electric's Extra Innings Extra.
Ricky, hey, for the Go Green sales event, we want you to race over a hot bed of coals wearing this.
I don't think so.
You're right. Terrible idea. You're fired. Lots of other great ideas.
The Kawasaki Go Green sales event is on. Save big with low payments on new Kawasaki vehicles. See your dealer today.
So, you've been going out, huh? Big parties, music, pretty ladies. Son, we need to talk about protection.
Dad, I'm 26.
Yeah, I know. But you're never too grown up for your old man to give you one of these.
Oh, man. Dad, thanks.
Every Coors Light can has a protective liner to lock in that refreshing frost brewed taste.
You can never be too careful.
Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Introducing the new Chicken and Biscuit Bowl from KFC. Layers of mashed potatoes, sweet corn, all white meat chicken, new home-style white gravy, and a 3-cheese blend. And now it comes with a buttermilk biscuit. Dig into great layers of flavor with new KFC famous bowls.
Back at Fenway with the Red Sox on top 1-0 at the end of one inning. And it's Carlos Guillen, Ivan Rodriguez, and Sean Casey to face Julian Tavarez. Tavarez gave up a hit in the first inning. Carlos Guillen was not in the original lineup last night prior to the rain delay. Omar Infante was slated to play shortstop, but then Guillen placed in there. And of course, the game rained out last night. He is back in there today. Having a great start to the season, hitting at .311 for the Tigers. Popping it up this time back at third, sending Lowell into foul ground. And Mike makes the catch for the first out here in the second inning. Let's check in with Tina Cervasio.
Don, before the game today, Terry Francona announced that Tim Wakefield will start on Monday against the Yankees in New York, and that Sunday's starter will be announced. Now, Julian Tavarez' next start would have been Monday, and last night, when he first heard of the rainout, he said he would have pitched anyway.
You know, if I had to pitch Monday, I would pitch Monday too. You know, it doesn't make any difference to me. You know, to me, I don't think about a 4, 5, 6 day off. You know, I just thinking about the game that I'm gonna start. You know, as long as I know a day before, I'll be fine.
When Tavarez was a starting pitcher for the Indians, he pitched on 3 days rest when Charles Nagy went down with an injury, and he has pitched a couple times on 3 days rest when playing in winter ball. He just wants the ball 3 days, 6 days, and so whenever Tavarez' next start will be, again, it will never impact him.
Okay, Tina, deep short on the backhand. The throw from Lugo, close but in time, and there's 2 away. That's been one of the things that Julian's had throughout his career. It appears kind of that rubber arm and a guy that can bounce back pretty quickly.
Well, I guess if there's anybody that can do it on 3 days rest, it would be Tavarez because he's a single ball pitcher. And he kind of flows with it. You know, it's just been pretty good for him because missed some starts early in the season, didn't bother him. Was not able to get extended into where he could go 7 innings in a ball game, but he's one of those guys that Francona has the luxury, you know, pitch him when I need him. If I need him in the bullpen, put him there. If I need him as a starter, I can put him there. And nothing seems to bother Tavarez.
I've never understood that completely, why it is better to be a little bit on the tired side to be a sinker ball pitcher, or guys feel better about that.
Yeah, the theory is if your arm's tired, the ball sinks more. I'm not sure I buy into that.
Here's Sean Casey with 2 outs. The first baseman for Detroit at .237, no homers and 6 runs batted in.
I think my theory on that is if your arm's tired, you drop it and the sinker doesn't sink. And if the sinker doesn't sink, you're in big trouble.
The key matchup is brought to you by Killian's. And good numbers for Sean Casey against Tavarez in his career. Doesn't have a home run this season. He does have a home run in his career off Tavarez. Swing and a miss. Ball and 2 strikes now to Sean Casey.
Looks like the slide of that time down and in to Sean Casey.
Casey coming over the trade deadline last year from the Pittsburgh Pirates.
We're talking about pitches on 3 days rest, and Tavarez said he could do it on 3 days rest, but his numbers on 3 days rest are not real good, as you can see. So there goes that theory about the single ball, right, Don?
Yeah. He could do it, but based on those numbers, I'm not sure you'd want him to do it. Casey fouls it off, still 2-2. Sean Casey, spending the bulk of his career with the Cincinnati Reds, came up with Cleveland in 1997, and then with Cincinnati from '98 through 2005. Casey, who played for the Pirates last year before being traded away to the Tigers, actually lives in Pittsburgh during the offseason. Over 1,000 games in his career, 1,226.
That was a nice pickup for the Tigers last season. Dimitri Young having some problems, and of course eventually then letting him go, and Casey coming in to play first base.
Where's Dimitri these days? Washington Nationals?
I think the Washington Nationals, yeah. I saw him on TV a couple of weeks ago.
Such a big part of this Tigers team for a while. And actually hitting in the middle of their lineup on a regular basis. But his career coming to an end with the Tigers. The 3-2 to Casey. To center field. But Crisp has got a beat on it. And it's a 1-2-3 second inning for Tavarez. 1-0 Red Sox after 1.5.
I want to go to the moon or Mars.
I really like it there. It's only a half-hour drive.
Actually, it's 229 million.
5,200.
40 million light years away.
That's as far as I'd go on a first date. Unless I had
great boobs.
Big ones, you know, with the shells on them. Really? Herregud.
You said it, sister.
What are you talking about?
We're talking about breakfast.
Man, I know what you're talking about.
Oh, what happened?
I got some.
Safest accident is the one that never happens. The 2008 Lexus RX with 14 actively safe features. Learn more at activelysafe.com.
That's Rusty Wallace, amazing driver. He's also my third cousin once removed. That's his brother, Mike Wallace, driver of the Geico Chevrolet. I could see why Geico sponsors Mike. And when he does well, people will think about saving money on car insurance. Whereas if I were driving that car, all they could think about is, there goes Lauren Wallace, greatest thing that ever climbed into a race car. Poor fella, he has no idea.
Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
What if everyone checked their washrooms every half hour? Irving does. We inspect and clean our washrooms every 30 minutes. Being obsessed with making things better for you? That's my what if.
Back at Fenway with the Red Sox on top 1-0 as we head to the last half of the second inning. It's Hinske, Mirabelli, and Cora. Hinske getting the start in right field, which we'll see if we see J.D. Drew in the nightcap tonight. Hinske hits at 206, no homers, and 2 runs batted in. They combined to hit 271 last year between Toronto and Boston. This one dribbled on the third baseline, a foul ball. Boston Red Sox baseball in Nesson is brought to you by Chrysler, Olympia Sports, the official sporting goods retailer of the New England Sports Network, Aflac, and by Dunkin' Donuts. Fans filing in here, kind of a late arriving crowd, but they are getting into the ballpark now. Much a bigger crowd than when we started in this makeup game today after the rain out last night. Hinske down on the count, 0-2. Eric Hinske joined the Red Sox on a day-night doubleheader last year against the Yankees, just in time, unfortunately, for Hinske, for what turned out to be a 5-game sweeping by the Yankees over that weekend series, but a day-night doubleheader here at Fenway last year. Goes chasing this time and strikes out. First strikeout of the day for Zach Miner.
Looked like a slider that time from Zach Miner that stays outside, almost a backup slider. And Hinske no contact. Very protective swing with 2 strikes on a pitch that was very close to the outside corner.
One down for Doug Marabelli. I mentioned we're going through the lineups, his first non-Tim Wakefield catching start day. As every other time that he had caught this season was on a Wakefield pitched game.
Yeah, 3 differences in the lineup compared to last night. Maroth was supposed to start, so last night they had Pena in there, they had Veritek in there, and they had Pedroia at second with the switch to the right-hander in game 1. The bottom 3 positions in the Red Sox order have changed.
Two and 1 to Marabelli.
Makes for a long day for those guys that are going to start the second game. You know, you get here about what, 9:30 in the morning, and your time doesn't come till 7:05.
The pitch a strike and the count is 2-2. Now, if you're a starter for game 2 like Kurt Schilling is, what time do you have to be here, you think?
Well, knowing Schill, he might be here now. Who
Dressed
knows?
and ready to go.
He might be.
The center field, Curtis Granderson back a few steps. And there's 2 down in the inning.
Well, tune in to NESN this Sunday night as Catherine Tappan wraps up your sports weekend with Sports Desk Lights Out, presented by FW Webb. So recap the day in sports with highlights, analysis, and discussion beginning this and every Sunday night at 11:25 in high definition. This weekend isn't over until it's lights out.
2 down in the inning, and Alex Cora coming up. I would think that it would be easier to be a player for a twilight doubleheader like they played in your day, where you just kept going without any break in between.
No, these are awful.
Yeah.
I mean, players hate day-night doubleheaders because, you know, it's the time you have to sit around between games. I mean, when you had those doubleheaders, you had like 20, 25 minutes between games. It was just time to go in, grab a quick bite to eat, maybe a half a sandwich, change your uniform if you wanted to, and go out and get them again, you know. But these things get over, and sometimes you sit around for 3 hours before game 2.
Granderson's been busy in center field. Wait for this one to come down. It does. He catches it. It's a 1-2-3 second. 1-0 Red Sox through 2.
Came to spend some time together, reconnect.
Like when I met her, dice are hot.
Like the names they got.
Non-stop fun.
Hole in one.
What a thrill!
Hey, I just won.
We're closer
than we can recall.
Yeah, let's live for the wonder of it all. Foxwoods.
If you owe over $10,000 to the IRS or state, call American Tax Relief for a free consultation. We've helped thousands of Americans settle their tax debt for a fraction of what they owed.
Once we hired American Tax Relief, the IRS stopped contacting us. That was an immediate relief.
And they settled our tax debt for a fraction of what we owed.
If you owe over $10,000 to the IRS or state, we can help you settle for less, maybe a lot less.
Call 800-294-1563 for your free consultation.
Is it time to replace that old lawnmower? If so, here are some tips from Briggs & Stratton on how to select the right mower for your lawn. First, the engine is the most important part of your lawnmower. Look for a reliable engine that starts easily and has the power you need. When comparing engines, the higher the torque rating, the more powerful the engine. Whether you have a small flat yard or a large yard without
Top half of the third inning, Craig Monroe leads it off for the Tigers. Monroe bats eighth. So it's a .246 batting average to begin the day. 5 homers and 25 runs batted in for the Tigers left fielder. Tavarez giving up just 1 hit through the first 2 innings and has thrown 22 pitches through the first 2 innings today. To first base, Youkilis was in tight, backed up a step and handles out number 1 himself. Let's check in with Tina Servasio.
Don, you and Jerry were just talking about how doubleheaders call for a long day, and Jerry, you said how brutal these day-night doubleheaders are, but not according to Julian Tavarez. He says everyone should love doubleheaders.
I don't think about a long day, and this is baseball. You're supposed to enjoy every minute in the field. To me, when I go home after the game, I'm just thinking about can't wait till next day, even though that I don't have to pitch. This is our life.
Julian was asked after he said that if he had the Ernie Banks frame of mind. Let's play 2. And actually, Julian didn't know much about Ernie Banks, so he didn't know that he said that. But once he heard that Banks was a Hall of Famer, Julian said, okay, yeah, I could be like him.
And 1 away for Brandon Inge now.
Well, with all respect to Julian Tavarez, I totally disagree with him on that point. I don't think there's any player that likes doubleheaders.
How about extra innings? How do you feel about extra innings?
Brutal. When you rank things in baseball as players, doubleheaders got to be right at the top of the list.
Yeah.
Rain delays.
Oh yeah, that's bad.
Brutal.
Bad.
Brutal.
Now there's degrees of bad rain delays. Is the rain delay that starts the game late before the game? I mean, rain before the game, that's bad. But how about rain in the middle of the game? That's got to be worse. You got to sit down for another hour and a half and then come back out.
There's nothing good about any of them, because what happens is you're sitting in the clubhouse and you do have some inside information on what may happen, whether you're going to play or not. So if you get the information, you keep charged up and you try to get steady, ready, and for the ball because you're going to play. Now, when this stuff comes in the middle of the game, it's like you go in and you don't know. Are we gonna go back out there? How long is this gonna be? And it's just.
So that's worse. Is what I guess my question is.
That's worse.
The middle of the game, rain delay.
But none of it's good.
Now, like the Mets last night, they had a 3-hour and 7-minute rain delay.
That's ridiculous.
Their first pitch was at 10:17 last night.
Yeah, I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair to the fans.
No, it isn't, because then most of them got to go home. They got to work the next day, and you just kind of lose out.
There are times where it's just about impossible. You have to play games because of the schedule, but the fact is, you start games after 10 o'clock. That's ridiculous because, like you said, people got to go home. They got kids at the game. They got to go to school the next day, and they lose out on their tickets.
Brandon Inge walks, 1 out, 1 on. Curtis Granderson batting. The walk was the first one given up so far today by Tavarez. Julian did not walk anybody last time out in his 5-inning effort against the Orioles. Outside corner that time, and it's 1-2 now to Granderson.
Looked like it might have been a changeup this time from Tavarez. No, it's not. It's a slider that picks up the outside corner. Mentioned Granderson strikes out a lot, 37 times so far this season.
Well, Tavarez so far this season has averaged 5 innings per start. He's given up 22 earned runs in 30 innings pitched, and has not thrown more than 98 pitches in any of his 6 starts. Pitch number 36 of this start. And it's fouled off. Still 2-2.
The LoJack Caught Stealing Sweepstakes is back again for another season. Visit LoJack.com/caught-stealing for details and to enter to win. LoJack, the only stolen vehicle recovery system operated by the police.
Brandon Inge held on at first base by Youkilis with 1 out in the inning.
I remember Ernie Banks. He was coaching first base for the Cubs when I was a member of the Angels as a very young player, and I don't know if he was a permanent member of the coaching staff, but during spring training, you know, he'd yell out that "Let's play 2 today," and everybody be yelling at him, "What are you, nuts?" and I don't think he believed it anyway. You know.
So you're saying that Ernie Banks didn't really mean that he wanted to play 2?
I don't think he did. I don't think. No.
How could he possibly think that?
I mean, you got a chance to go 0 for 10. Why would you want to play 2?
I didn't even think of that. It's true. You could be in a full-fledged slump by the end of today. Out towards right center field, Eric Kinski got a good break. Time to camp underneath and put it away. 2 down.
With the Red Sox at home this weekend, start your weekend early with Friday Night Fenway presented by Team Sully Mack. Get to the ballpark before the gates open for the first look at the weekend matchup with John Caron and Dave McCarty live on Yorkie Way. This Friday Night Fenway tomorrow at 5:30.
So 2 down. Brandon Inge still at first base, and it brings up Placido Polanco. Grounded out to shortstop first time up. I imagine if you weren't a pleasant person to hang around after an 0 for 4, an 0 for 8 would even be worse.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
This will be pitch 40 for Tavarez. And he misses inside with it. 2-0.
I think there was a doubleheader once at Yankee Stadium, and I think in my first at bat I hit a home run. And I think that was the final hit I had on that day, because I think every time I got up I tried to hit another one.
Adam tells me you were 1 for 9 that day.
Yeah, that's a heck of a day, isn't it? That's a lot of fun. Let's play 2.
Wasn't a particularly good game for the club, as the Red Sox lost 10-1 that day.
Well, when I hit a home run and that's the only run,
yeah,
you know, it can't be a real good day. Should have quit after the first at bat. It would have been a hell of a day.
But even still, you had to go back to the hotel and say to yourself, I am a home run hitter.
Yeah. I thought I was for those other 9 at bats.
Well, a 4-pitch walk to Polanco, the second walk of the inning allowed by Tavarez, and all of a sudden the Tigers have runners at first and second.
That's also a rarity for Polanco. He doesn't walk very much. He doesn't strike out very much. He's generally up to swinging early in the count.
Well, a chance here for Gary Sheffield with runners at first and second, 2 down. Sheffield a single, his first time up, and the only hit so far today for the Tigers. Tavarez in his career has gone 2-0 with 5.11 earned run average in 9 career games against Detroit. He has 1 start against the Tigers. The only start came back on July 6th of 2001. He was a member at the time of the Chicago Cubs. Bounced in, nice pick on the backhand by Mirabelli.
Mirabelli making like a first baseman, going to the backhand here and keeping an extra man out of scoring position.
Tavarez slowed it down here, and now Mirabelli's going to head out and talk with him.
Bring home the memories, bring home the magic. Shop the Boston Globe store online for unique Red Sox memorabilia, Dice K products, and more. Shop online, shop anytime, or call 1-888-665-2667.
Well, 2 outs here in the top half of the 3rd inning on 2 walks. The Tigers have runners at first and second, and now Julian Tavarez dealing with the number 3 hitter in the Tigers order, Gary Sheffield. Falling behind Sheffield, 2-0. .22-pitch inning for Tavarez. 14 of the 22 pitches have been balls. .15 major league seasons for Tavarez in his career. Began back in '93. Too far inside now. 3-0 to Sheffield.
And Sheffield may have the green light here. 3-0.
He's had the chance 6 times and has not swung at 3-0 this season. Takes a strike. 3-1.
And 3-0. He's looking for a ball middle in, something he can lift over that wall in left field. That ball was away outside corner.
To shortstop. Lugo will go to second base for the force out there that ends the inning, and Tavarez works around a couple of walks. 1-0 Red Sox through 2.5.
Is it time to replace that old lawnmower? If so, here are some tips from Briggs & Stratton on how to select the right mower for your lawn. First, the engine is the most important part of your lawnmower. Look for a reliable engine that starts easily and has the power you need. When comparing engines, the higher the torque rating, the more powerful the engine. Whether you have a small flat yard or a large yard with uneven terrain, select a push mower for more exercise or a self-propelled mower with the engine and features you need. For more information, visit briggsandstratton.com.
Your resume looks solid. 10 years experience, huh?
That's correct.
Impressive. And you have references?
Millions.
Nice. Well, I'd say you've got all the qualifications we're looking for. Does everyone agree?
Looks good to me.
So I can make all the calls I want? Sweet.
With 10 years of experience and over 2 million customers, Comcast is ready to be your phone company. Sign up for Comcast Digital Voice with unlimited nationwide calling. Plus, add Comcast high-speed internet and get both for just $69 per month for 1 year. So call today.
My neighbor drove all over town to find the best deal on a cell phone. I just logged on to Let's Talk. They make it easy to compare plans from all major carriers and find cell phone deals that are much cheaper than retail.
Like the hot BlackBerry Pearl with music and video player, a $369 value, yours free after mail-in rebate and new calling plan.
Let's Talk has the best prices, the best plans, and the most free phones guaranteed.
Log on to 25letstalk.com or call now to order your BlackBerry Pearl. Let's Talk, the smarter way to shop for cell phones. So log on or call now.
A 95-mile-an-hour fastball will reach home plate in 0.4 of a second. Watch every pitch in clear Panasonic motion. Panasonic Plasma for the speed of sports. Panasonic, ideas for life.
This Friday is Red Sox baseball interleague style as Chipper Jones, Andrew Jones, and the Atlanta Braves come to town. As always, we get your weekend started early with Friday Night Fenway presented by Team Sully Mack. Join us.
1-0 Red Sox on top as we head to the last half of the 3rd inning. It's the top of the Red Sox order. Julio Lugo leading it off. Lugo, Crisp, and Ortiz here in the 3rd. Julio grounded out to third base, first time up. Lugo had a 7-game hitting streak come to an end here the other night against the Tigers. Was 0 for 4 against the Tigers in game 2 of the series. Zach Miner just called up today, getting the start for the Tigers this afternoon. Gave up a run in the first, had a 1-2-3 second inning. And now induces a ground ball. The shortstop that goes right through the wickets on Carlos Guillen. And reaching is Julio Lugo.
Been kind of a rough start at shortstop error-wise for Guillen this season. This will be number 8 for him. Just kind of stayed back on his heels, and then the ball took a bad hop on him as it comes up above the glove. Sometimes you let the ball play you, and I think that's what happened in that case with Guillen.
Well, quite a few errors last year, 28 of them. Tied for most in the major leagues. He's tied with Felipe Lopez. There's Coco Crisp.
Coco faking a bunt, giving Lugo a chance to steal at first base. Lugo with 12 steals has not been caught. Picked off a couple of times. Plenty of speed at the top of the lineup for the Sox in game one. Lugo and Crisp.
Oh, Lugo got picked off in back-to-back games. Now, as a base runner, do you change anything if you've been picked off a couple of times? Or do you shorten the lead? Do you?
Quite frankly, managers a lot of times will not get upset if you're a base stealer. You get picked. Depends on the situation in the game, of course, you know. But if you're a base stealer, you are going to get picked off because you're trying to get big leads and you get an awful lot of attention over there.
Outside, 2-0.
Guys adjust their leads depending on, you know, who's on the mound. Sometimes a nasty left-hander, you might shorten up a little bit. They time everything now. They time, you know, how long it takes the pitcher to get the ball to first base.
Now, in a situation like this where you have not seen the pitcher before, is that something first base coach is keeping track of?
They can look at video from him. They can drag up some video on him, and if you're a base stealer, go take a peek at it. Doesn't take long. You see him once, couple of throws at first base, and you pretty much have it down. You know if he's got a good one or a bad one. And some guys you never figure out. Guys like Andy Pettitte.
That's pretty incredible. 952 games you'd been picked off twice. Last 5 games twice. As he scampers back to the bag at first. Minor at 43 pitches as he faces his second batter here in the 3rd inning. Lugo kind of bluffing over there at first base. Took a big jump but stopped, and it's 3-0 now to Crisp.
Yeah, and apparently some of the concentration on Lugo because, you know, quickly Zach Minor falls behind 3-0 with the speedy runner at first base.
Strike 3-1 now to Crisp. Lights on here at Fenway Park with cloud cover above. On a raw day after a lot of rain came through the area last night, of course causing the postponement of last night's game. Well, the strike poured in there, and it's a full count now as Minor walks back in on the hitter.
Outside, then back inside for Zach Minor. Good pitch as Coco Crisp was jumping back, but that ball had a little tail on it, picked up the corner. Lugo will be off here on the 3-2 count.
There goes Lugo on the ground right side. Polanco has only one play, and he makes it for the first out of the inning. Crisp is retired.
FW Webb is proud to be the official supplier of plumbing, heating, and cooling supplies for the Boston Red Sox. To learn more about how FW Webb can help you, contact your local professional contractor or visit fwweb.com. FW Webb, we've got it.
No chance for David Ortiz with 1 out, a runner in scoring position, and Lugo at second. Ortiz grounding out to shortstop first time up as Ivan Rodriguez will go to the mound to talk to Zach Minor.
It's interesting. You heard an interview with Jimmy Leland on the radio the other morning, and he was speaking about, you know, face Ortiz or Ramirez, and he said, well, he said right now David Ortiz is probably one of the most feared hitters in the league. He said I'd have to, if I had my choice, face Ramirez. First base open here, but they're going to go after Ortiz. Still early in the ballgame.
The choice would be much easier, I'm sure, if it was not Manny behind him. For a lot of these teams, and it seems like you got to pick your poison. One thing that managers have run into in the past, but I've heard the same thing from Jim Leland, and I think a lot of managers are feeling that way as Ortiz swings and misses. In fact, it is incredible that David Ortiz was given the chance so many times to be a hero. as he has been so clutch throughout the years. Batting with one down, Lugo at second base. 2-1. Doing some dancing was Lugo as Rodriguez pops up. 3-1.
And he was looked like he was trying to time that move by Zach Minor. See him get that big lead toward third base.
Now, is that the kind of thing we were talking about last night where a hitter becomes distracted by that kind of thing? Would that be something that would bother a hitter?
It could be, yeah. Certain guys it does.
Outside ball 4. And David didn't get much to hit in that at bat as he heads down to first base. First walk given up by Minor. So it's first and second with one down. And he singled to center field first time up to knock in his 25th run of the year.
See where Monroe in left field has kind of taken the Manny approach to playing that position, playing very shallow in left field. Pretty good gap between Monroe and Curtis Granderson.
The 0-1 to Manning. And a foul outside of third. And so far this season hitting at just .216 against right-handed pitching. Back to wearing out lefties, hitting at .333 against left-handed pitchers.
Generally, when pitchers have got ahead of Manny with 2 strikes, they've been very successful. Only 164 batting average for Manny with the 2 strikes on him. A little bit surprising.
Strike 3 call. Second strikeout for Zach Minor and a big one for the Tigers right-hander. 2 down.
Again, it's that two-seam fastball that the right-hander will quit on. It looks like it's going to be away, but it tails back to the corner. Perfect pitch by Minor. No argument by Ramirez.
So 2 down. Lugo at second base, Ortiz at first, and here's Kevin Youkilis. Youkilis with a single in the first inning. Red Sox with 3 hits off Zach Minor so far. It's a walk and an error this inning that has runners at first and second for the Red Sox. Zach Minor, 25 years old. One shot foul outside of third, and it's now 0-2 to Youkilis. Minor was acquired by the Tigers along with Ramon Colon from the Atlanta Braves in exchange for Kyle Farnsworth at the trade deadline of 2005. And in a total of 16 starts, 27 games with the Tigers last year was 7-6. Resides in Jupiter, Florida during the offseason. frame by Rodriguez, but it's outside to Youkilis, 1-2.
That's almost the exact same pitch that Manny got called out on, but I think this one just a little bit more outside. A lot of movement on that pitch.
Yeah. Fouled off. We go back to second. Ortiz at first with 2 down here in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
I'm chatting a little bit with Youkilis yesterday prior to the game, talking about that home run he hit right off that center field wall. And he said, yeah, he says, I got it. It felt pretty good.
I'm sure it did. Didn't feel very good for Verlander. Of course, protecting the plate, fouling it off to the right, 1-2.
Youkilis hitting it up in this area here. Really kind of just missing going out of the ballpark completely in center field.
Ever seen it gone out completely?
No, I have not seen one go over that wall.
To right, and a base hit for Youkilis. Lugo going to try and score. Ordonez up and throwing. Throw to the plate is not in time, and to third goes Big Papi. Red Sox lead it 2-0 as Kevin Youkilis delivers a run.
Now, 2-out hits have been very big for the Red Sox recently. Ramirez with a 2-out hit in the first, and now Youkilis gets that fastball away again. This time he just takes it to the opposite field. It looked like it might be a close play at home, but when the ball hit the grass on the throw in by Ordonez, it just kind of died. And no problem for Lugo to score.
Well, 2 down, first and third now for the Red Sox. A run in, and Mike Lowell, the batter. Mike popped out to his counterpart at third base, Brandon Inge, back in the first inning. Ryder last year finishing up the season at 7-6. He got his first major league victory on June 10th of last year. They limited the Toronto Blue Jays to 2 runs on 4 hits and 6 innings of work. Ended up pitching in 93 innings last year for the Tigers. Popped up right side. Placido Polanco. And the end of the inning for the Red Sox. They get a run, take a 2-0 lead to the 4th.
On average, people run 11 minutes late. But with TD Bank North's more convenient hours, it doesn't matter. Banking that's faster, easier, hassle-free. We're TD Bank North.
Introducing the all-new Chevy Silverado. Best when you buy it. Best when you own it. Best in the long run. This is our best truck ever. The all-new Chevy Silverado. And now, get 0% APR on any 07 Silverado half-ton, or get $1,500 total cash back on every Silverado. Come in today for the #1 selling trucks in Maine.
For generations, one story.
You know what happens to pigs around here?
Has captivated families everywhere.
My name is Charlotte. I am going to save you.
Charlotte's Web is the most magical movie of the year.
Wow!
It's hilarious and heartwarming.
I love it!
4 stars.
Well done!
Charlotte's Web.
Tune to Channel 1 to watch this movie now. Time Warner Cable.
On average, people run 11 minutes late. But with TD Bank North's more convenient hours, it doesn't matter. Banking that's faster, easier, hassle-free. We're TD Bank North.
Tonight, after our Red Sox coverage, stay with Nesson for Sports Desk with Hazel May, presented by FW Webb, home of Frank Webb's Bat Centers. Visit them at fwweb.com. She'll bring you the full recap of the Sox-Tigers doubleheader, including highlights, analysis, and all the reaction from the Sox clubhouse. Plus, she'll introduce you to the Ivy League champion Brown baseball team. They're preparing for their first ever NCAA tournament appearance. Catch it all tonight after our Red Sox coverage with Hazel May in high definition on Nesson.
Who's that?
Boomer Berman, isn't it?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Chris Berman, incognito, but he can't hide from the Nesson cameras.
Everybody knows when Boomer's in the house.
Aguilar Ordonez lined out to center first time up. To right, Hinsky, backhand over to make the catch for out number one.
Was Boomer just coming off that NFL draft, which is a huge day for him.
That is unbelievable. That is a full day of coverage. Well, down for Carlos Guillen, fouled out to third base first time up. Tavarez just reaching 50 pitches with one out here in the fourth inning and working with a 2-0 advantage. Boston has scored a total of 13 runs while he has been in the game, an average of 2.2 runs per game coming into today's outing. Pitch or strike, and in the count 1-2. So he's not getting a ton of run support in his outings this season.
Tavarez lowest on the list as far as run support for the Red Sox. Wakefield next, and there's that two-seam fastball picking up the inside corner. The most runs have been given to Josh Beckett so far this season. Almost 8 runs per game.
By the dive of Youkilis and into right field, a base hit for Carlos Guillen. And just the second hit of the day for the Tigers.
Curveball this time, a breaking ball, I should say, from Tavarez, and a hard line drive by Guillen past the dive of Kevin Youkilis.
One out, one on for Ivan Rodriguez. Grounded out to shortstop first time up. The league leaders are brought to you by Olympia Sports. Active home runs among catchers. Mike Piazza is in here with the Oakland A's at 396. And then Ivan Rodriguez at 273. Jason Varitek at 132. On the ground is short, chance for two. Lugo to second for one. They get it done. 6-4-3 to end the top of the fourth inning. It's a 2-0 Red Sox lead.
Hey, boss. Do we have Aflac?
Nah, we have something else.
But if you're hurt and miss work, does it pay cash like Aflac does?
Nah.
Or let you spend it any way you want, like for gas and groceries?
Nah.
Or help with everyday bills like Aflac does?
Nah.
There's only one Aflac. Ask about it at work.
Nah.
Have you driven the all-wheel drive Fusion? It beat out Camry and Accord in performance, handling, and styling. No wonder it's the fastest growing car in its segment. How about Ford Edge, the coolest crossover to hit the streets, with a class-exclusive Vista roof and best-in-class horsepower. Right now, lease a Ford Fusion for just $199 a month or an Edge for just $269. See your local Ford store today.
When you're on the go, you need the convenience, quality, and pricing that you'll always find at Extra Mart. Convenience. Everything you need is priced right and ready to go. Quality. Extra Mart has their own extra cafe gourmet coffee, delicious Deli Joe sandwiches, and extra fuels gasoline. Great prices. Extra Mart features everyday low prices and value specials. All this month at Extra Mart, 32-ounce vitamin water is specially priced at just $2 for $3. In every corner of New England, Extra Mart is just around your corner.
Hello?
Mrs. Anderson, this is Mark Brown. I'm from the collections department of...
Hi. Listen, I'm sorry I haven't made my payment yet. I'll get it in as soon as I can.
Maybe you should call In Charge. They'll work with you and come up with a solution that's right for you.
When life hands you a little more than you can manage, call In Charge Debt Solutions. We're a nonprofit company that puts people back in control by helping them manage their debt. We'll stop the collection calls, and we'll help lower your interest rates, so you'll have one affordable monthly payment. Call In Charge.
Winning $5 and $10 Red Sox instant tickets from the Mass Lottery into cash with every Red Sox victory in the $1 Million Double Play. Learn how to play at masslottery.com, and once you've entered, check the site after every Red Sox victory to see if you're a winner.
There's Arakinski to get things started in the last half of the fourth inning.
Don, how come we don't have a computer set up between us?
It's a very good point, Jerry. I don't know.
Seems like all announcers now have a computer set up between. They follow scores like, other games.
To left field, Craig Monroe is there. I don't know why that is. What do you think they're doing with it?
Well, I don't know. I don't own a computer.
Oh, you're right.
I've seen like Mario. He's got a computer right here, so they can check. They're up to date on everything. News, sports, send emails if you'd like. Computer. Another computer. Look. Yep. They got 3 computers. Wow. In that booth, I think. 3. See, what I try to do is I try to peek like around the corner and see what Geffner's reading on his computer, and then I can say something smart like,
right.
Hey, Don, I went to Baltimore today.
Up to the moment information. Well, maybe we should get one, even if it's just a prop.
Have you watched the news lately?
They all have.
They all got props.
Desk,
yeah. And I know half those people don't know how to use them.
Right. But it looks good. I would find it distracting, looking at other stuff while you're trying to do the game. I mean, I try to lock in and focus on what's in front of me.
Right. I've never understood about the news, and it really kind of bugs me. It's like they're doing the news, and you got this table of 4 people, all brilliant. But when the guy does the sports, why does he have to hang around for the end of the show? Do the sports and leave.
Oh, no. It's got to be all part of the snappy tie together at the end.
It doesn't matter to me. He's already said what he has to say. I don't need to see him on the way out the door. He'd much prefer to be in the car going home.
He's part of the news team, and the team has to be there to wrap up the show, kind of put a bow on it.
Yeah, but he only gets like a minute and a half, 3 minutes tops.
But he's still part of the team.
I know, but he'd rather be in the car going home. And I don't particularly care. I mean, if they got something to say at the end, say it, and that's it. But why make the poor guy stand there and look uncomfortable? He's leaning against the desk. Yeah. He just can't wait till this stuff wraps up so he can go.
I want to see everybody again. It's like a good concert, where you have different soloists. You want the soloist to come out at the end, or a great guy on the horn who you saw early in the show but you didn't see again. You want to see him come all out and do a bow. It's like, it's part of the team.
Unless he's got more sports to give you or more weather to give you, leave. In other words, if they come back and they got a little more news they want to give you, that's great. That's why they stay. They can wrap the show up. Why do they need them to stand there on each side of the desk?
I want to see him again.
Some brilliant guy, on the station said, we want him, stay here.
Zach Minor elevating at the base of the hill to make the grab that time on the soft liner. And Mirabelli's out number 2 as we check back in with Tina Cervasio.
Well, all you have to do is look at the Tigers' record and know that their starting pitching has been effective this season. And we saw a brilliant game by Justin Verlander the other night. But with Jeremy Bondurant going on the DL last night, this team could take a hit over the next few weeks.
Well, good, except that we don't have our starting rotation in place because Kenny Rogers has been out. So, but you got to just go on and play on, and you know, you just got to play the games, and you got to try to do the best you can. You put somebody else in there, and you hope that somebody steps up.
And Kenny Rogers is on the 60-day DL in what they're calling a tired arm. Now, Joel Zumaya, another Tiger who can reach 100+ on the radar gun, he should be coming off the DL soon. He was placed on the DL with a right middle finger strain back on May 3rd. But could you imagine if he came out after Verlander the other day and the Red Sox had to face 2 guys hitting 100?
That was pretty impressive last year, too, and I think opened up a lot of eyes, no question, last season. But, boy, the Red Sox know all about all of a sudden having starting pitching and then not having any, as the Red Sox found out last season. But so far, the Tigers have been able to have some of these guys step up, like today, Zach Minor, as he works here into the 4th inning. Is Tina still there, or is she gone? I'm going to ask Tina a question. Tina, you can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Don. I'm still here.
You've been an anchor before for news, right?
Yes, I have.
Did you enjoy coming out at the end?
I did, because I felt part of the team.
Absolutely correct. As Granderson into the slide to make the catch. 1, 2, 3. Go the Red Sox. 2-0 Boston. Right again.
Every texture, every line, every nuance. Created with one thing in mind. The ES from Lexus. At your Lexus dealer.
Ouch! That hurt.
It should. Just $7.99?
We'd be at least $16.99 at one of those hoity-toity stores.
You know I'm all about value.
We'd still be a steal at $12.99.
At my Bob's, you're just $7.99.
How about $9.99?
Nope, just $7.99.
At least we'll be in a nice home in no time.
You don't have to take Bob's word for it. Ask your friends and neighbors who've already bought here.
Come on down. If you owe over $10,000 to the IRS or state, call American Tax Relief for a free consultation. We've helped thousands of Americans settle their tax debt for a fraction of what they owed.
Once we hired American Tax Relief, the IRS stopped contacting us. That was an immediate relief.
And they settled our tax debt for a fraction of what we owed.
If you owe over $10,000 to the IRS or state, we can help you settle for less, maybe a lot less.
Call 800-294-1563 for your free consultation.
It's highly refined. It's imported by the barrel. And it's another thing you shouldn't guzzle while driving. Now Dodge goes the distance with our most fuel-efficient lineup ever. Like Charger with 28 highway miles per gallon. Caliber with 32 highway miles per gallon. And the all-new Avenger SE with 30 highway miles per gallon. Maximize your miles with our most fuel-efficient line of vehicles ever. Now get 0% financing plus $500 bonus cash on Charger and Avenger.
2-0 Red Sox on top of the Tigers. It's the bottom third of the Tigers order.
Well, you went out of last inning as Mr. Smarty Pants, saying that because Tina wanted to be back on there, that I was wrong. But we had a little chat between innings, and I think I'm right.
You're throwing me under the bus, Jerry. I want to be part of the news team, so after I would deliver my 3-minute sports report, I'd hang around, even if it was after 11:35 at night, and I would stay on and say goodnight to the viewers.
But you didn't say goodnight, and didn't you just say to me that you just wanted more FaceTime? And you didn't care about the news?
When you work with affiliates, you only get 3 minutes of sports, so
That's
you
right.
want a little extra at the end there.
So I'm not totally wrong.
Slug chop down the first baseline. High hopper. Euclid's going to need help. And Tavarez is there for the out.
Well, this Sunday, Nessa presents the Mother's Day Miracle, trailing 5-0 entering the bottom of the ninth. What the Red Sox did next will be remembered as one of their most dramatic regular season wins in history. Join us Sunday at 6, immediately following Red Sox postgame coverage, for a complete half-hour replay of that memorable ninth inning and relive the Mother's Day Miracle on Nessa. That was a pretty good game.
It was. Turned out to be. Didn't start off that way, but in the end, the Red Sox coming away with the incredible victory on Sunday. Craig Monroe grounded out to first base, first time up. Gets his second look at Julian Tavarez. Monroe fouls it off the shoe tops. He'll hobble around a little bit here. He's down 0-2.
Happens quite often facing a sinker ball pitch. If you got a slight uppercut swing, you have a tendency to hit on top of that sinker and kind of foul it off your foot, your ankle, your toe. This time looked like right off the toe of Monroe.
Two hits so far allowed by Tavarez. As Gary Sheffield had a single in the first inning, a single by Guillen. And Walter enjoying the afternoon here at Fenway.
Well rested after a night off last night. I've done a couple of book signings with Walter, and of course I always travel with Little Wally, but with the bigger Wally, and everybody wants him to speak, and he can't speak.
No.
Very gracious though, always a big smile, and signs autographs.
So he signs the book too, you sign the book, and then Walter signs the book?
Absolutely. And the kids love having their picture taken with him. He's got a busy schedule. He's all over the place doing a lot of charity work, appearances. Pretty big head though. Right now there's about 5 people that can't see the game.
Inside almost hitting Monroe, and it's a full count now. Has his head always been that big, or is it something that's developed over the last couple of years?
I think it's gotten bigger over the last few years with the more publicity he gets. What's he talking about? Eating? Yeah, you got a big kitchen. Yep, you're right.
Wow. If you got it, flaunt it. Ball 4 to Monroe. Let's check back in with Tina Cervasio.
Don Jerry, I now know why the Mother's Day Miracle game happened. See, on Sunday, Terry Francona was sitting on his bench where the manager usually sits and watches the game, and 2 nuns were sitting to his left, and they were talking, having a great time. So Terry flipped them a baseball and said, hey, we need a win today. So the 2 nuns, very smart, of course, as they were, said, well, there's 2 of us. So we went back into the dugout, grabbed another baseball, flipped them another baseball, and said, is that good enough for 2 wins? And they said, well, if you sign the baseballs. So this turned into a whole 20-minute thing. Terry signed both of those baseballs, and, well, I guess the 2 nuns did their work, because look what happened in the 9th inning as the Red Sox came from behind, a miraculous end to the game, and it became the Mother's Day Miracle.
There you go. Very good.
So they got 2 baseballs, both signed, and the Red Sox come back to win. You know, they used to have Nuns Day here at Fenway Park.
Remember that. Brandon Inge fouling into the backstop. You know, with Terry's new spot there in the dugout that they added this year, that bench area, get pretty close to the manager, although, of course, John Henry's seats are right there. But for some of the fans around the dugout, there is Terry to talk to you. Now, whether he talks to you back, you don't know.
Well, there's also times when you don't want to be sitting there
right.
as a manager, too. You'd rather bury yourself in the dugout someplace, depending on how things are going.
Brandon Inge walked first time up. 3 walks so far today allowed by Tavarez, who did not walk anybody in his last outing. Worked around 2 walks in the 3rd inning as he got Sheffield to ground out to end the inning.
Each time the Red Sox win at Fenway Park, Hood donates $1,500 to children's hospitals throughout New England. It's another reason to root for the Red Sox and another reason to feel good about Hood.
One out, one on. Brandon Inge down in the count 0-2. Inge, the former Tigers catcher, has been at 3rd base last couple of years. And that's 9th in the Tigers order. Here's Curtis Granderson, the top of the order for the Tigers, waiting on deck. Now the 1-2 pitch from Julian Tavarez. On the ground and through the left side into left field for a base hit, and Craig Monroe's up to second. All of a sudden, first and second now, with one down for Detroit.
Well, Tavarez did get the ball on the ground, but it's to the right of Julio Lugo. So after the walk, now the base hit by Brandon Inge. And the Tigers trying to mount some kind of attack for the first time today.
One down, runners at first and second. He's back up to the top of the order for Curtis Granderson, who has flied out twice. Anderson, who has 7 home runs so far this season for the Tigers, homered in the first game of the series. And a total of 19 home runs last year, a career high for the Tigers center fielder. Down 0-2. Anderson has spent his entire career in the Tigers organization, a 3rd-round pick back in 2002. And last year was his first full season in the major leagues. Went around. Home plate umpire Jerry Meals rings him up. Yes, Tavarez wanted to check at third, but Jerry Meals made the call, so it works out already. And there's the first strikeout of the day for Tavarez.
First time we've seen him with that fake look back to second base. The Louis Tiant move by Tavarez, and the breaking ball down and in. Granderson can't control the head of the bat. And Tavarez picks up the strikeout. First strikeout of the afternoon for Julian.
2 down, runners at first and second, and Placido Polanco bats. He's grounded out to short and walked so far on the afternoon. Tigers have left 3 men on base through the first 4 innings. Tavarez has enjoyed just one 1-2-3 inning. That was back in the second inning. On the ground, Lugo can't get it. It's into center field. Around comes Craig Monroe. No throw. And the Tigers are on the board as they cut the Red Sox lead in half. It's now 2-1 Boston.
Now Polanco's a tough guy to face with men on base, men in scoring position, because he makes contact. Again, not that bad a pitch. It's a fastball that's down. Polanco on the ground, but up the middle. Even with the dive, Lugo can't knock it down, and the Tigers pick up the 2-out run. So all runs today so far in this game with 2 outs. The Red Sox twice, and now the Tigers. Pretty impressive for Polanco. 355 with the runners on base.
So first and second, 2 down. And here's Gary Sheffield. It's 1 for 2 in the game. Sheffield with a single in the first inning. And then with runners at first and second and 2 down, he grounded into a fielder's choice in the 3rd. Getting his 3rd look at Tavarez. Sheffield now 38 years old. Still resides in Tampa, Florida, where he grew up during the offseason. Limited to just 39 games in what turned out to be his last season with the New York Yankees. The left wrist injury, which required surgery. Pops it up foul. That'll get back and out of play.
Here's a nominee for this week's Din Trophy Play of the Week, and Doug Mirabelli 2 nights ago with a tremendous catch on a foul ball off Sheffield. First it'll hit his glove, then bounce into his bare hand as he tracks over the on-deck circle, the fans, everything else, and made a terrific play. Tune into the pregame show this Friday to see which play will win this week's Din Trophy Play of the Week.
Popped up as the bat breaks. Back into the seats, foul. We're here at Fenway Park in Boston. Don Orsillo, Jerry Remy, and Tina Cervasio bringing you Boston Red Sox baseball in high definition and in Dolby Digital 5.1 surround sound on Nesson. Red Sox getting a run in the first and a run in the third inning. RBIs for Manny Ramirez and Kevin Youkilis. The Tigers have answered here in the top of the fifth with a run, and they're looking for more with runners at first and second and 2 down. Inside to Gary Sheffield, and it's a full count now. Pitch count rising for Tavarez at 81 pitches as he works here with 2 outs in the fifth. There's Maglio Ordonez waiting on deck. Sheffield fouls it off again, this time off to the right.
We mentioned in the open pitching so important, especially in game 1. You know, you want to be able to save that bullpen just in case. Well, it's a tough pitch that Sheffield fouls off here. Ball down and away.
Boy, for a guy who swings as hard as he did, he made quite the adjustment that time to get to that. Ball 4, he walks him to load the bases. That's the 4th walk given up today by Tavarez.
Now, last time out in 5 innings, no walks for Julian. His walk high 5. That was in his first outing against the Texas Rangers. John Farrell on his way out to the mound as Kyle Snyder just starts to loosen up for the Red Sox.
It was interesting yesterday in listening to Terry Francona talk about the possibilities for tomorrow night when it was announced that Josh Beckett will not be starting. And you know, he seemed to like the roles of the guys who are in out there. I think the first thought that perhaps might be a guy like Kyle Snyder, who has been pitching in long relief for the Red Sox, but not that long and has not been stretched out. But I think he likes the way the bullpen is right now and would rather go the Pawtucket route.
Well, I think that's the obvious option because when you get Snyder, you know, what's he pitched? A couple of innings tops. And so you're looking at a total bullpen game if you start a guy like that. Now you got a day-night doubleheader today. You don't know what the weather's going to be over the weekend. All of a sudden your bullpen could be depleted if you do something like that. So their preference was to go to AAA to get somebody who has been starting and hope they get 6-7 innings out of him.
Well, Tavarez getting up there in his pitch count. He's at 83 now. Saw the high of 98. He's not pitched over 100 in a game yet this season. And now in a mess with the bases loaded, 2 down. Maglio Ordonez is 0 for 2. He's lined out twice. Takes ball 1. This guy's got 6 grand slams to his credit.
You know, they had a couple of choices down there. Joel Pinheiro, for example, a former starter, but yet he has been limited to just an inning or 2 at a time. So you're in the same situation where you're in a complete bullpen game.
This will be the 30th pitch of the inning for Tavarez. Ordonez. It's a fly ball to center field. Coco Crisp will now come in and make the catch as the Tigers leave him loaded. They do get a run halfway through this one. It's 2-1 Boston.
Toyota's
Toyota's 50th anniversary celebration is on now with the biggest Toyota selection in history. Check out the Tundra Double Cab, a true workhorse, and the Tundra Crew Max has arrived. It's the most spacious Tundra yet. Right now, you could save with a special Toyota 50th anniversary lease on a Tundra Double Cab. Just $289 a month for 36 months with $19.99 due at signing. Toyota's 50th anniversary celebration ends June 4th. See your New England Toyota dealer now.
Refreshing beer. Roger, for the Go Green sales event, we want you to race this very special bike.
How about I just make a few sales calls or something?
Done.
The Kawasaki Go Green sales event is on. Save big on new Kawasaki vehicles. See your dealer today.
Hello, sir. Sorry to bother you at supper time. Hello?
4 new Firestone tires and up to $100 back? We'll drink to that. Get up to a $100 Visa prepaid card when you buy 4 select Firestone tires through June 2nd.
Boston Marriott Copley Place, the official hotel of the Boston Red Sox, has the perfect Boston weekend getaway. It's the Grand Slam baseball package that includes 2 tickets to a Red Sox game, 2 nights accommodations, and breakfast for 2. For reservations and information, call the Grand Slam hotline at 617-937-5600.
2-1 Red Sox on top. Tigers get a run in the top half of this inning, and it's Julio Lugo leads it off in the bottom of the 5th. Lugo grounded out to third base in the first inning, reached on an error, and scored for the Red Sox in the 3rd. Chopped to third with Inge at the lip of the grass, able to come down with it and throw out Lugo for the first out of the inning. So 1 down for Coco Crisp. Coco with a single in the first inning, grounded out to second last time up. Red Sox and Tigers splitting the first 2 games of this series. As Daisuke Matsuzaka gets the victory in the first game of the series, beating Nate Robertson. Justin Verlander beating Tim Wakefield and the Red Sox in game 2.
And Verlander with one of the better outings against the Red Sox this season. Him and Felix Hernandez, the 2 that will certainly stick out.
I guess you could make the same case for Jeremy Guthrie until he was taken out of the game on Sunday.
Yep.
John Farrell back on the phone. Nobody's been up in the Red Sox pen since Snyder sat down at the end of last inning. And Tavarez's pitch count at 85 pitches through the first 5 innings. To left field, sending Monroe back. He was in shallow, but able to backpedal his way almost to the track. 2 down.
Tonight at 6, Olympia Sports presents the Boston Globe pregame show with Tom Caron and Dave McCarty live at Rem Dogs on Yorkie Way. You'll get the latest news on Josh Beckett and a preview of Kurt Schilling start tonight against Chad Durbin in the series finale. Plus, Yankees White Sox highlights from Chicago. Our coverage starts tonight at 6 in high definition only on NESN.
Well, Julian Tavarez, 85 pitches through the first 5 innings and has a 2-1 advantage. As Joel Pinheiro is about to start warming. Snyder was up last inning, but now it's Pinheiro. Ortiz bats with 2 down.
Yeah, which means that Tavarez probably will come out for the top of the 6th inning.
Last night was the 3rd rainout of the season at Fenway Park. The others April 12th against Seattle. It was made up on May the 3rd and what was to be an off day. And April 23rd rainout against the Angels. We made up on August 17th as part of a day-night doubleheader. A shift on and Polanco in short right. Throws out Ortiz. It's a 10-pitch 1-2-3 inning for Minor, who's retired the last 7 in a row. 2-1 Red Sox.
Ford F-150. We're sorry. You can't match Dodge Ram 1500's available 345 horsepower Hemi V8. And Chevy, Toyota, we're sorry Ram Mega Cab is bigger and roomier than your Silverado and Tundra. And since Ram is the longest lasting, most durable family of full-size trucks, we'll be apologizing to the competition for a long, long time.
Biggest, baddest, boldest. See the New England Dodge Boys for a test drive today.
Steel and your local Steel dealers say, bring on the season. We're ready for great values, like the FS45 grass trimmer. Great for homeowners, this Steel is lightweight and easy to start. The FS45 is our most popular grass trimmer and comes with a 2-year limited warranty. And right now, it's just $139.95. Not available at big box stores. To find a Steel servicing dealer near you, visit SteelUSA.com.
Meet Magnus Vermagnuson, the strongest man in the world. Mr. Magnuson can lift a car over his head, carry an anvil the length of a football field, pull a 747 jet with his teeth. And at the end of a long, hot, strenuous day, what does the world's strongest man call for?
Coors Light.
Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Magnus. Hey, buddy. Sorry.
Came to spend some time together, reconnect.
Like when I met her, dice are hot.
Like the names they got.
Non-stop fun.
All in one.
What a thrill!
Hey, I just won. We're closer than we can recall.
Yeah, let's live for the wonder of it all.
Foxwoods.
2-1 Red Sox on top as we head to the top half of the 6th inning. And Tavarez back on the mound, having thrown 85 pitches through the first 5 innings. And it's ball 1 to Carlos Guillen. Guillen is 1 for 2, a single to right field last time up. 1 of 4 hits today for the Tigers. Longest outing of the year for Tavarez, 6 innings. That was at Minnesota against the Twins when he had to tie up with Johan Santana. Cora at second base throws out Guillen for the first out of the 6th. Boston Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you by Pepsi, Honda, and by LP WeatherBet. One down for Julian Tavarez, and it brings up Ivan Rodriguez. He's grounded out twice. Ducking out of the way of the breaking ball, missing inside.
Well, I'm kind of surprised. A lot of people here this afternoon. This quick turnaround, those who had tickets last night, but not everybody here, but a very nice crowd this afternoon. And of course, this will be a sellout. It was sold out last night.
Third time that Rodriguez has used Lugo at shortstop. First time it's been in the air, and there's 2 down.
See Atlanta playing an afternoon game in Washington today. So they will probably arrive in Boston sometime early this evening.
We will see Anthony LaRue tomorrow night, and then John Smoltz on Saturday and Tim Hudson on Sunday. The 3 expected pitchers for the Braves over the weekend.
Well, Hudson's been pitching great, hasn't he?
He sure has. 5-1 record with a 1.77 earned run average going into that outing on Sunday. Line to Lugo. Pulls it in on the backhand. It's a 1-2-3 6th inning on just 6 pitches for Tavarez. 2-1 Red Sox.
I don't think you're supposed to put coins in there.
Want to get away? Now you can. Hurry, our internet sale is available just a little bit longer. Fly Southwest Airlines to 63 destinations nationwide for just $49 to $99. Purchased by May 24th.
You are now free to move about the country.
Hi, Lisa. Honey. What's that? Oh, it's a smoothie from Dunkin' Donuts. It has low-fat yogurt, vitamin C. It's a snack you can feel good about. Oh, you're right. I do feel good. I feel so good, I don't even mind that you stole my smoothie. I feel so good, I don't even feel awkward about taking it.
Delicious Dunkin' Donuts smoothies, now in tropical fruit. America runs on Dunkin'.
Stop by Dunkin' Donuts and try the new tropical fruit smoothie in pineapple, banana, and coconut flavor.
The curveball will spin up to 30 times a second and break as much as 17 inches. Watch every pitch in clear Panasonic motion. Panasonic Plasma for the speed of sports. Panasonic, ideas for life.
Are you the cable guy?
Actually, I'm a Verizon Fios tech. I bring fiber optics right to your door on 3 different spectrums of light. You got your 1310, your 1490, and the 1550. The light is so clean, it's plus 20 dB hot. It's true qualm.
Nice truck.
Verizon Fios. TV, internet, and phone made possible by fiber optics straight to your door.
Hey,
what?
We've been waiting here all day.
So have I.
No.
I was here first.
Cardboard cutout, that don't count.
Introducing revolutionary performance headwear from New Era. Get it at Olympia Sports.
2-1, the Red Sox on top as we head to the last half of the 6th inning as Zach Miner returns to the mound for the Tigers. He has retired the last 7 Red Sox in a row. And getting his 3rd look at Zach Miner. Ramirez has singled and struck out. And the single back in the first knocked in. The first Red Sox run of the day. This is the first doubleheader of any kind between the Red Sox and Tigers since September of 2000. Cubs played a couple at Fenway Park back on September 28th of 2000, but it has been a while. Red Sox also making a minor league move. They have signed free agent outfielder Michael Tucker to a Pawtucket contract. Has not played in 2007 so far, but as part of that move, the Red Sox released Pawtucket outfielder Alex Ochoa, we saw a lot of during spring training. Michael Tucker with major league experience with the Royals, Braves, Reds, Cubs, Giants, Phillies, and Mets. Grounded foul outside of third.
Hey, you, your pocket's out. Slob.
Full count to Manny Ramirez to begin things here in the bottom of the 6th inning. To right center and in for a hit. Manny's 2nd hit of the day. Red Sox have the lead runner on for the 2nd time today.
Time now for the Panasonic Plasma replay so you can catch this again in crisp, rich, detailed motion. The difference in the game right now. The base hit by Kevin Youkilis to the opposite field, a drive and a run. Back in the 3rd inning with 2 outs. Made it a 2-1 ball game, and that's where it stands right now. Actually, it made it a 2-0 ball game. The Tigers have had one since.
The Youkilis, along with that hit, has got a single to right, so 2 for 2 today. Youkilis has now hit safely in 10 straight games and 19 of the last 20. coming into the game hitting at .333, which is good for 6th in the American League. And he leads all AL first basemen in average, hits, and on base percentage. As it's grounded foul over by the Tigers dugout.
And of course, well documented that Youkilis is not on the All-Star ballot. Of course, being in the National League this year, David Ortiz listed as a first baseman. And of course, David Ortiz will play some first base in interleague play.
Youkilis strikes out. Don't see that too often in that quick a fashion.
Very good changeup by Zach Miner. You know, not many right-handed see changeups from right-handed pitchers. And both managers have to be very pleased with what their starters have given them today. Zach Miner just coming up as there's now action. Baser and Burdick in the bullpen for the Tigers.
Here's Mike Lowell. Well, Dunkin' Donuts is in its 8th year of hosting local youth groups and charitable organizations in the Dunkin' Dugout, a special seating section here at Fenway. Thousands of children have had the opportunity to catch a Red Sox home game thanks to Dunkin' Donuts. Well, they all made it back here today after the rain out last night. Outside, a ball and a strike to Lowell.
Yeah, we got a lot of rain here at Fenway and some nasty looking clouds, but I guess the west of Boston and north of Boston got hit even worse. A lot of power outages, trees down, floods.
Fair ball as it kicks off the box. His fan grabbed it. And Lowell will be awarded. We'll see here now. They want Manny to stay at second. Lowell will get credit for just the single, the judgment by the umpire.
Yeah, that's not surprising because if that ball bounces out and Granderson makes the play, you may end up at first and second instead of second and third. So it's the umpire's judgment. It really is when it's fan interference. When a fan reaches over and interferes with the ball, it becomes the umpire's judgment on where those runners would have ended up. And there is a good chance that with the ball bouncing off to Granderson, you may not have had Manny reach third base. Tito doesn't like it, but I agree with the call. This may be the only ballpark in the American League where that could possibly happen. You know, most of the time the ball gets down the line, automatic double. Not the case here at Fenway, and we've seen that many, many times. Clearly the ball was not heading down the corner when it was interfered with the fan. It was going to hit the wall if he didn't touch it. And you could see Granderson, excuse me, not Granderson, Monroe, I apologize, Monroe was very close to going right in that area to get the baseball. So, you know, it's a tough one because you think it's automatic double, but I have to agree with the umpire on this one.
So runners at first and second with one down. And Terry was hot early, but going to settle himself down towards the end, does not get tossed from the game.
Well, the other question is, would the ball have bounced into the stands before the fan caught it? And I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either.
And Jimmy Leland looks like he's going to the bullpen. One more look. Clearly the fan reaches over. It was not going to bounce in the stands, and it was not going to go down that line. Please don't reach over and interfere with the baseball. You cause problems like that.
Zach Miner is leaving with one out. Red Sox have runners at first and second. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by your local Ford store. Every journey begins with a bold move. Start your journey today by visiting your local Ford store. It's a 2-1 Red Sox lead. Pitching change from Fenway. Struck him out. Swing and a miss. Outside corner, strike 3. Ordonez has been Dice K. A bid for the first complete game of the year for the Red Sox. to third base. Lowell picks it, goes to second. The complete game victory for Daisuke Matsuzaka. Bows and hugs all around.
Tonight at HD, it's the Sox and the Tigers. Pre-game coverage begins at 6 on NESN.
What is Sox Appeal?
I don't know what it's all about, but I can't judge.
Sox Appeal.
3 blind dates at Fenway Park.
3 blind dates at Fenway Park.
It sounds like a pretty good idea.
Dating do's and don'ts.
Look nice.
Look nice.
That's a good one.
Next.
Make sure you know your baseball.
Yeah, I mean...
yeah, okay.
Enjoy yourself, have fun, and just do your thing.
Sox Appeal. Do you have it? Log on and show us.
Back at Fenway, Red Sox on top 2-1. It's time now for Tina Cervasio on the Jordan's third base deck. Tina?
Don, I have the latest pitching news from Jordan's third base deck. John Lester has left the clubhouse. Last night, he headed out to Pawtucket after throwing a bullpen session. He'll pitch for the Paw Sox on Saturday in Ottawa, and this kid has just been dying to pitch.
Real anxious, real anxious. I just want to go pitch. That's the main thing, where I don't have to worry about a pitch count or innings or anything like that.
Saturday will kick off a 30-day rehab assignment. Lester's scheduled to throw 50 to 55 pitches, and his pitch count will increase with each start. Now, if it were up to Lester, he'd be pitching for the Red Sox today and ready to throw 100. Don?
Okay, Tina. Well, the Red Sox here in a situation with runners at first and second. Zach Minor's out of the game. Into the game is Tim Burdick.
And Burdick making his second appearance is being called up from Toledo. Both those appearances against the Red Sox. And you see what he did a couple of days ago. Well, that's his career numbers, 11 games, but he did go 2 innings against Boston, a walk and a strikeout. Willie Pena pinch hitting for Hinsky.
Hinsky had been 0 for 2. Pena with a chance here with runners at first and second, and lefty now into the game. Pena 262, 2 homers, and 5 runs batted in. The starter today for the Tigers, Zach Minor, threw 99 pitches through 5 1/3 innings. Talking it over with Kenny Rogers, who's on the DL. And Jeremy Bonderman, who's also on the disabled list now for the Tigers. A strike to Pena, and it's 1-1. Two and 1 to Willie Moe. Who started 7 games in center field for the Red Sox and 3 in right. He was 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts as a pinch hitter. As he pinch hits here with 1 out in the 6th. Swing and a miss to even the count now at 2-2. Doug Mirabelli on deck. Ramirez started the inning with a single. Youkilis struck out. Mike Lowell. The fan interfered with ball down the left field line for a single, and now Pena strikes out for the 4th time in 6 pinch hit appearances. There's 2 down.
Now back-to-back breaking balls from Burdick to Pena. A slider that Pena can't make contact on.
Two down here in the 6th inning for Doug Mirabelli, who has fly to center and line back to the mound. He's 0 for 2.
A little chilly for a beach ball today, isn't it?
Ramirez at second, Lowell at first, 2 down here in the last of the 6th. Mirabelli takes the strike, and it's 1-1. Tim Burdick signed by the Tigers as a minor league free agent November this past offseason. Been in the big leagues with Kansas City. Was there in '98 through 2000, and then we last saw him as a member of the Baltimore Orioles in 2005 and 2006. Bounces in, kicks off Rodriguez. Everybody will move up. Manny to third and Mike Lowell to second base.
It sounded like it got Rodriguez right off the shin guard and then bounced it toward the on-deck circle for the Red Sox. Straight down in the dirt with the fastball, and yeah, right off the left shin guard of Pudge Rodriguez. So 2 men now in scoring position for Mirabelli.
20th wild pitch, and that's the most in the American League for the Tigers as a staff. And Burdick now in a jam. Second and third, 2 down. 3-1 with first base open, and Alex Cora waiting on deck. Gene Lamont alongside Jim Leyland. Burdick with the 3-1. Belly grounding a foul into the Tigers dugout on the third base side. It's now full.
The first time this year that Mirabelli's caught back-to-back games, right? Caught Wakefield a couple of nights ago. The rain out last night in game 1 of this day-night doubleheader.
The 3-2 pitch. Mirabelli pops it up foul, backing out of play. Well, this is the first start for Doug Mirabelli in a non-Tim Wakefield started game. And the first doubleheader of the year for the Red Sox. There's Alex Cora waiting on deck. Ramirez at third, Lowell at second, 2 down. And Mirabelli strikes out to end the inning. The tag applied by Rodriguez. It's 2-1 Red Sox at the end of 6.
What is?
On average, people run 11 minutes late. But with TD Bank North's more convenient hours, it doesn't matter. Banking that's faster, easier, hassle-free. We're TD Bank North.
Scalpel. Sponge. I'm picking De La Hoya.
Doctor, I'm picking Mayweather.
It's Mayweather!
It's De La Hoya!
Roger that. I'm picking Mayweather.
It's De La Hoya!
The world is talking.
Crowd's getting their money's worth in Vegas.
De La Hoya Mayweather. The world awaits. Who are you picking?
Mayweather, absolutely.
De La Hoya, definitely.
Order De La Hoya versus Mayweather live May 5th on Time Warner Cable.
Nice! Work it, sweetheart! Great, great!
Ready for a new supermodel? Go to beepbeep.com for all the latest car models. Shop in style from local dealers. It's fast, safe, and easy. If your car's old-fashioned, get a new model.
Oh, beautiful!
Beepbeep.com, the fastest way to shop for cars.
See us first, see us last, but see us and save.
Looking for a change of scenery, the chance to see the country, and to meet new people? Northeast Technical Institute can give you the skills you need to earn your commercial driver's license, an important step for anyone interested in professional truck driving. At Northeast Technical Institute, you'll get the hands-on training that can start you down the road to a whole new life. Call Northeast Technical Institute right now at 1-800-447-1151. That's 1-800-447-1151.
On average, people run 11 minutes late. But with TD Bank North's more convenient hours, it doesn't matter. Banking that's faster, easier, hassle-free. We're TD Bank North.
BB Mason Extra Innings with Tom Caron and Dave McCarty. You'll get all the analysis and reaction from Julian Tavarez' performance this afternoon, plus live coverage of Terry Francona's press conference from the interview room here at Fenway. It's all right after the game in high definition on NESN.
Craig Monroe leading it off. Red Sox have a new right fielder as Willie Mopena pinch hit for Eric Hinsky. And trying to figure out where he's going to play out there in right field. Tavarez back out there, having thrown 91 pitches as he starts the inning on the mound. There is double-barreled action as Hideki Okajima and Joel Pinheiro warm up in the pen, with Papelbon doing some stretching in behind him. To third base, and Lowell backed up a step, gathers and throws for the first out of the inning. Well, Julian, who had not gone more than 6 innings, into the 7th as the first out of the 7th inning, and going to bring up Brandon Inge, a number 9 man who has been on twice, walking in the 3rd and singling in the 5th inning. Tigers have left 6 men on base through the first 6 innings. Red Sox have left 6 men on base through the first 6. As Tim Burdick coming on for Jim Leyland and striking out both the batters that he faced, Willie Mopena and Doug Mirabelli, both with the 2 men on, to preserve the 1-run deficit for the Tigers into the 7th. Two and 2 now to Brandon Inge. Curtis Granderson on deck. Brandon Inge and Maglio Ordonez both homered on Tuesday against the Red Sox, marking their 10th straight game in which the Tigers have hit at least 1 home run. The longest stretch for the Tigers since August 7th through the 18th of 2000. They do not have a home run today, as Inge can't hold up. And there's the 2nd strikeout of the day for Julian Tavarez.
Looks like the changeup from Tavarez to pick up the strikeout. His first strikeout of the afternoon. Coming back in the 5th inning, that was on a breaking ball. This time the changeup, and way off balance is Brandon Inge. Very impressive outing this afternoon by Tavarez. And spread around pretty good. 9 flyouts, 9 groundouts. And that was just his 2nd strikeout of his outing. He calls out Mirabelli as they prepare to deal with Curtis Granderson. Granderson 0 for 3, he's flied out twice and struck out swinging. Strike from Tavarez. And he has reached 100 pitches for the first time this season. This marks his 7th start. 98 had been tops before this. The 1-1 to Granderson. In on a hop, and it's 2-1 now to the Tigers center fielder. Uncharted territory right now for Julian Tavarez. His highest pitch count, deepest into the game he's been.
Swing and a miss. Evens up now 2-2. Two outs, base is empty here in the top half of the 7th inning. Red Sox on top 2-1. Granderson strikes out. Tavarez retires the Tigers in order. It's 7th inning stretch time from Fenway. 2-1 Red Sox.
Yikes, you got the middle, but that's okay. You got Wendy's new Steakhouse Double Melt. You know how good the middle can be. Caramelized onions and mushrooms, bacon, creamy Swiss, and peppercorn sauce melted in the middle of 2 hot and juicy, fresh, never frozen beef patties. Let's go. Good move, Mr. 14B. You just landed in the best position to do what tastes right.
At VIP, we know that when it's time to show your car a little love, you don't want to waste time searching for parts. We have the part you need when you need it. Names like Moog, Bosch, and Fram, always available for the best prices around. VIP has the biggest inventory anywhere, and all our people are car people. They know the part you need, where to find it, and how to install it. Don't waste your time going anywhere else. When you want to get what you're looking for, head to VIP. A little love goes a long way.
Pick up a Nesson Viewer's Guide at the Pepsi display at your local Cumberland Farms for a chance to win a 2008 Dodge Avenger.
Stay tuned after the game for WB Mason Extra Innings and Granite City Electric Extra Innings Extra with Tom Karen and Dave McCarty. They'll bring you the live press conferences of Terry Francona and Julian Tavarez, plus highlights of the Yankees against the White Sox this afternoon. It's all right after the game in high definition, and it's on Nesson.
Well, a very nice outing for Julian Tavarez, who will take it to the clubhouse. The Red Sox on top 2-1. He throws 104 pitches and allows just 1 run on 4 hits over 7 innings. Alex Cora leading it off here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
That terrific outing by Tavarez. 7 strong innings, only the 1 run allowed.
Well, he finished strong, retiring the last 7 batters that he faced. As Cora grounds one to Polanco for the first out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Red Sox trying to obtain some insurance on top 2-1 as they bat here in the bottom of the 7th. Lugo coming up, reached on an error committed by his counterpart at shortstop Carlos Guillen in the 3rd inning, but is 0 for 3 today. Guillen's error the only miscue for either side so far. First day-night doubleheader of 2007 for the Red Sox. Of course, they'll play another one against the Angels on Friday, August the 17th. Last year, the Red Sox played 4 split twin bills, splitting with Texas on June 11th and losing twice to the Yankees on August 18th at Fenway Park. Red Sox also had consecutive day-night doubleheaders at Yankee Stadium. September 16th, winning both on September the 17th. Well, the first one of this year. The strike in, it evens up now. 2-2 to Julio Lugo.
We had that day-night doubleheader last year against the Yankees here on the Jimmy Fund Day, right?
Correct, yes.
2 very long games.
And actually, this year it'll be on the same day, I think is what it's scheduled for, with the day-nighter against the Angels. As Lugo strikes out. That's 3 strikeouts now for Tim Burdick, who's retired all 4 batters.
Yep, 4 batters faced, 3 of them going down by strikeout. Breaking ball again to Lugo for the strikeout. That's how he got Pena, the first batter he faced. Got Mirabelli on a fastball, and then breaking ball again to Lugo. Well, the long games did one thing. It raised a lot of money for the Jimmy Fund, that's for sure.
Yes, it did. A highly successful day. We're talking to Mike Andrews about that the other day. He was at the Bo Sox luncheon, and he figured actually it is a good day to have a day-night doubleheader. You have all day to participate in the telethon here, and we look forward to another successful year in that regard, as the Red Sox and Angels have played 2 on August 17th. Boy, that was 2 long games. Game 1 was 3 hours and 55 minutes against the Yankees. Game 2 is a major league record 4 hour and 45 minute 9-inning game.
Even better.
Wow. And Donald Trump actually fired you in the middle of game 2.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He fired me. He also made a very nice donation to the Jimmy Fund after firing me. Why didn't I leave?
I was just going to say, I'm surprised you didn't leave. You had the opportunity.
You know, there's a certain look in his eye when he fires you too.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you've not done well.
Yeah. Really let him down, and you're fired. Two to Crisp. Slaps at it, defending the plate and fouling it off to the right.
If he comes again this year, I'm going to tell him to keep the apprentice in New York. I think it's better in New York than out in L.A.
You didn't like the L.A. version?
No, I don't think it did as well.
Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Burdick. 4 strikeouts in an inning and 2/3. 2-1 Red Sox on top.
10 million, 12 million, just buy it. Ticket to Philadelphia?
Hey, last-minute fare, that'll be $900. One way.
Larry? Yep, we're changing airlines.
Even our last-minute fares are affordable at Southwest Airlines. Fly non-stop from Manchester or Providence to Philadelphia for just $49 one way. Purchased by May 31st.
You are now free to move about the country.
Honey? I think this might be our lucky day.
I think it might be.
I think this is what we've been waiting for.
I think it is. Yes! It turned blue!
Introducing the Coors Light Cold Activated Bottle. The mountains turn from white to blue when your beer reaches the perfect temperature.
It's blue like your eyes.
My eyes are green.
Only from Frostbrewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Not all the energy for our fuel comes from oil in the ground. A lot of it comes from our people, who year in and year out put so much of their energy into everything they do. So you can be sure that when you put Valero gas into your tank, you're going to get a lot out of it. Valero, the energy to take you anywhere.
Come spring and summer, our yard is our family room. We sleep in there, but we definitely live out here.
I really just like the feeling of the grass.
We like a healthy lawn, and it's got to be durable, and our lawn really is both.
A healthy lawn means that we can get out there, feel comfortable in the grass.
We use Scott's Turf Builder Plus 2. It feeds the lawn, and it kills dandelions.
We hate dandelions. We don't like to have them around.
I got some good old-fashioned grass stains on my pants. That's a sign of a good day. We had a lot of fun. I want to do it again tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's our Scott's lawn.
Fenway, where the game summary is brought to you by your local Lincoln Mercury dealers. Manny Ramirez getting the Red Sox on the board in the first inning with his single that would score a Coco Crisp, and the Red Sox jumping on top 1-0. They would get their second run in the third inning. Kevin Youkilis with his second hit of the day drives into Julio Lugo and gives the Red Sox a 2-0 advantage as the Tigers will get a run back in the fifth, and Tavarez pitching very well today as Julian leaves after going 7 innings, throwing 104 pitches and allowing just the 1 run. It's a 2-1 Red Sox lead into the 8th, and the bullpen now into the game. Here's Hideki Okajima.
Well rested last time for Okajima was on the 12th against the Orioles in an inning and 2/3 in that game. A couple of hits, no runs. You see over the last 16 games, 7 2/3 consecutive scoreless innings for Okajima, his 18th appearance overall.
Well, Papelbon getting himself ready to go out there in the bullpen as a 1-run advantage by the Red Sox here into the 8th. Placido Polanco to lead it off here in the 8th inning. Polanco's been on twice and has knocked in the lone Tigers run today. It was his single in the 5th inning that scored Craig Monroe to give the Tigers their only run, and then Tavarez got out of the bases loaded 2 outs jam And we got Maglio Ordonez to fly out to center field. That was huge.
Plus, you know, Francona going to the lefty with all these righties due up. Polanco, Sheffield, Ordonez, and a switch hitter Guillen. But the fact is, Okajima, you know, he's the guy. He's the setup guy. And that's that little split finger that changeup that he throws that has been very tough. Now, he's been tough on both lefties and righties. 1 home run, that coming in his very first outing. John Buck.
Polanco hits a fly ball to right. Pena started over, now comes in onto the dirt to make the catch.
Well, now it's time to keep score with Pepsi. Oh, actually with Nesson, but it's brought to you by Pepsi. And it's a 6-4-3 double play for Tavarez back in the 4th inning. Pretty simple scoring on that. 6-4-3 DP, and it was on a changeup. For more scoring tips and a chance to win a 2008 Dodge Avenger, pick up your free Nesson Viewers Guide at Pepsi displays in your local Cumberland Farms.
1 down for Gary Sheffield. Sheffield 1 for 2 today with a walk. He got a single back in the 1st inning and walked in the 5th. The strike, and it's 1-1. Well, it's been good news for Mike Timlin lately, as he has been throwing, and certainly a good sign for him. At first, when they checked him out, nothing had been better for him in that shoulder area, but apparently better. Some of the inflammation has gone down, which is certainly good news for the Red Sox. Certainly a time in the game that in years past we're used to seeing him. But right now it has been Hideki Okajima filling that void. Inside, and it's now 2-2 to Sheffield. Okajima has pitched 17 2/3 scoreless innings in his last 17 outings, issuing only 7 hits in that 17 2/3 innings. And 20 of his last 42 outs have come on strikeouts. And another as Sheffield strikes out, 2 down in the 8th.
Now that's that split change we've talked about with Okajima. It's the first time that Sheffield saw it and was 2 strikes. He'd seen fastball, curveball before this pitch. I mean, that pitch has been his out pitch. That's the reason he has the high strikeout total.
Two down in the 8th for Maglio Ordonez. It was 0 for 3 in the game, 3 flyouts. As he takes strike 1 from Okajima. The pot, 2-1 to Ordonez. Nine in a row retired by Red Sox pitching. And a swing and a miss for Ordonez, even the count now at 2-2.
Again, that split change from Okajima. You know, we hear Francona call it a changeup. It's got a split grip, so I'm just going to call it a split change.
Otherwise known as the okie dokie.
Yeah, and make everybody happy.
Ordonez pops it up. Youkilis puts it away. It's a 1-2-3-8 for Hideki Okajima.
Toyota's 50th anniversary celebration is on now with the biggest Toyota selection in history. Check out the fuel-efficient Prius or the stylish Camry. Camry, Motor Trend's 2007 Car of the Year. You can lease one now with the lowest payment ever, just $199 a month for 36 months with $19.99 due at signing. Or you could save on a spacious Sienna with $1,250 cash back. Toyota's 50th anniversary celebration ends June 4th. See your New England Toyota dealer now.
I want to go to the moon or Mars.
I really like it there. It's only a half-hour drive.
Actually, it's 229 million.
5,200.
40 million light years away.
That's as far as I'd go on the first date.
Unless I had
Great boobs.
big ones, you know, with the shells on them. Really? Herregud.
You said it, sister.
What are you talking about?
We're talking about breakfast.
Man, I know what you're talking about.
Oh, what happened?
I got some.
Table 31 at Carrabba's Italian Grill is more than just a table. Here, a glass of wine and chicken parmesan can make a Tuesday night feel like date night. A shared bowl of steamed mussels can turn a conversation about nothing into a conversation about life. And at Table 31, a little warm bread and extra virgin olive oil can loosen ties and let you unwind.
You can never underestimate the power of a great meal.
At Carrabba's, good things happen around our table.
Back at Fenway Park, Hideki Okajima with a 1-2-3-8 inning. It's on to the bottom of the eighth. The Red Sox on top 2-1. And trying to add to it as Ortiz fouls it off. David today with a walk in the third inning. Has been on base once. He's 0 for 2, couple of ground outs. Tim Burdick back on the mound for the Tigers, and he's been excellent as he's retired all 5 Red Sox batters that he's faced, 4 with strikeouts. You got Willie Mopena and Doug Mirabelli to end the 6th inning with runners at second and third, and then a 1-2-3 7th as he struck out Lugo and Crisp.
Burdick just called up prior to this series and has pitched well both times against the Red Sox.
Thrown by Rodriguez, but it's ball 2, 2-2. Outside corner, strike 3, and that is the 5th strikeout for Tim Burdick in 6 batters.
Last time he faced the Red Sox, he had that 1 strikeout in 2 innings. Here's the breaking ball again, the slider to the outside corner. 5 today, so he's had 6 strikeouts against the Red Sox in his first 2 outings, and it looks like that's going to be it for him as Jimmy Leland is going to go for a righty.
There's that Jose Mesa up in the pen as he makes the change. It will indeed be Mesa coming on with the Red Sox on top 2-1.
Lexi, tradiciones,
pasión,
ganar,
Green Monster,
the impossible dream.
Yeah.
Bambino.
Pecky sport doesn't work for you.
Climbing the ladder. High cheese.
Rally cap.
My English getting better.
There is no language barrier on Nessun. We speak the language of Red Sox Nation.
One nation, one network. Nessun.
The Daisuke Matsuzaka era has officially begun.
Red Sox Nation's gone global on Nessun. One nation, one network.
The game for Granite City Electric's extra innings extra with John Caron and David McCarty. Tina Savasio will go one-on-one with Sox manager Terry Francona in Terry's take in a preview of Kurt Schilling taking on the Tigers in the final game of this series. It's all right after the game, live in HD, and it's only on Nessun.
Well, pretty impressive outing for the reliever for the Tigers, Tim Burdick, who goes 2 innings and strikes out 5 batters and departs here with 1 down in the 8th for Jose Mesa.
Mesa making his 10th appearance. He spent some time on the DL, had a groin injury that put him on the DL. Signed by the Tigers as a free agent last December. Last year, 79 appearances with Colorado. 48 career games against the Red Sox.
This is 40 years old. He turned 41 on May 22nd. And has been in the big league since 1987 when he broke in with the Baltimore Orioles. He will face Manny Ramirez with 1 out here in the 8th inning. Red Sox with 2 runs, both charged to the Tigers starter, Zach Minor. And 5 1/3, giving up 6 hits. 2 runs, 1 earned. He walked 1 and struck out 3. And with a couple of hits today, singled back in the 1st, struck out in the 3rd, and then singled in the 6th inning.
In those 9 appearances for Mesa, he has really struggled. In 6 1/3, 12 hits allowed and 9 earned runs. Bobby C. up in the pen for the Tigers. Had some big save seasons as a member of the Cleveland Indians. Jose Mesa, 46 saves for the Indians back in 1995 as a teammate of Manny Ramirez's. And then kind of had a bounce back time of it in Philadelphia in 2001 and 2002. He had 42 saves for the Phillies in 2001, 45 saves for the Phils in 2002. At 43 saves as recently as 2004 with the Pirates. And just 1 last year in 79 appearances with the Colorado Rockies. The 2-1 pitch to Ramirez. Fouled off to the right, and it's 2-2 now to Manning. Jose Mesa made his major league debut on September 10th of 1987 here at Fenway Park against the Red Sox, and received a no decision after allowing 3 runs in 6 innings of work. Two and 2 to Manny with 1 down here in the 8th. Fouled off to the right again, back and out of play. High splitter that time from Mesa, got away with it as Ramirez fouls it back. Fastball slider splitter from Jose Mesa.
Down low, full count. This is signed by the Tigers as a free agent this past offseason in December. Ready with a payoff pitch to Ramirez. Popped up as Guillen backpedals to short left center. And there's 2 down in the 8th. Let's check in with Tom Caron, TC.
Well, Don, thanks. It's our New England Toyota dealer game break. The Yankees and White Sox playing their 3rd game in just over a day. Jermaine Dye had an RBI double in the first. This time a 2-run homer, a 3-0 lead for the White Sox after they split a doubleheader yesterday. Guys?
Okay, Tom, thanks very much. Yeah, the Yankees starting the day 8 games back of the Red Sox in the American League East. And they've had their rain troubles in Chicago. They had a late start to Game 2 as part of the day-night doubleheader in Chicago, splitting the doubleheader yesterday, as Tom mentioned. And trailing today as the Red Sox have a chance to widen that lead atop the American League East. On top 2-1 here with 2 down in the 8th inning. Youkilis rips it foul. Back into the seats.
Another bad split of that time from Jose Mesa. Again, that stayed up in the zone, but Youkilis out ahead of it and pulling it foul. Threw one like that to Manny Ramirez. Manny missed it, and now Youkilis hooks that one foul.
Youkilis gets a piece to stay alive, and it remains 0-2 to the Red Sox first baseman. Youkilis joining Manny Ramirez. They each have 2 hits today. A single for Coco Crisp and a single for Mike Lowell. And the Red Sox have been held to 6 hits today. The 2 teams have combined for 10 hits. Tigers with 4, Red Sox with 6. As Lowell waits on deck. It's time now for the fan of the game, brought to you by Pepsi. Yes, have jobs.
Well, that's not unusual. 1 week to go, and then the real world hits.
No 0-2 the count to Youkilis. Runs it inside. It's 1-2. Jonathan Papelbon getting ready for the 9th inning. The 9th inning will feature Carlos Guillen, Ivan Rodriguez, and Sean Casey. 3 batters expected for the Tigers in the top of the 9th. Hopped up right side. Sean Casey, the first baseman, makes the catch. It ends the 8th. The Red Sox down in order. As we head to the 9th, it's 2-1 Red Sox.
We go nonstop too. Introducing Southwest Airlines' new nonstop service from Providence to Fort Lauderdale. Fly nonstop to Fort Lauderdale for just $69 one way. New nonstop service starts June 4th.
You are now free to move about the country.
Have you driven a Ford F-Series with the sheer rugged strength of F-150, the unrivaled capability of Super Duty, the most towing, the most payload of any other trucks in their class. No wonder the strongest trucks out there are America's best-selling trucks. Now get up to $5,045 total savings on Ford F-Series. See your local Ford store and get up to $5,045 in savings.
When you're on the go, you need the convenience, quality, and pricing that you'll always find at Extra Mart. Convenience. Everything you need is priced right and ready to go. Quality. Extra Mart has their own Extra Cafe Gourmet Coffee, delicious Deli Joe sandwiches, and Extra Fuels gasoline. Great prices. Extra Mart features everyday low prices and value specials. All this month at Extra Mart, 32-ounce vitamin water is specially priced at just $2 for $3. In every corner of New England, Extra Mart is just around your corner.
Have you heard about the benefits of a reverse mortgage? If you're a homeowner, 62 years or older, and would like to supplement your monthly income, a reverse mortgage could be the key to living comfortably in retirement. U.S. government-insured reverse mortgages allow seniors to convert the equity in their home into cash without having to move or make monthly loan payments. We offer a free information kit and video explaining everything you need to know about a reverse mortgage.
Call 800-300-4519.
Red Sox baseball is brought to you by New England Ford Dealers, Sovereign Bank, the official bank of the Red Sox Cable Network, Auto Trader, Bacardi, Acura, Coors Light, the New England Dodge Dealers, and by Southwest Airlines. 2-1, the Red Sox on top as we head to the top of the ninth inning. The Boston closer in, Jonathan Papelbon.
Papelbon's 14th appearance and his first since on the 12th against the Orioles. He is 10 for 11 in save opportunities. See the career numbers against the Tigers. Papelbon with 17 strikeouts in 13 and a third innings. He's only allowed 6 hits. Opponents hitting 130 against Papelbon.
Guillen, Rodriguez, and Casey are expected as it's nail-biting time at Fenway. Red Sox on top. A score of 2-1 with Guillen coming up. Guillen with a single in the 4th inning, 1 for 3 today. Red Sox pitching has retired 10 Tigers in a row between Tavarez, Okajima. Swing and a miss.
'94 with the first fastball from Papelbon.
Back 0-2. 7 innings today from Julian Tavarez, who gave up 4 hits and a run. He walked 4 and struck out 3. A perfect 8th inning, 1-2-3 for Hideki Okajima. A fly out, strikeout, and a pop out, and did it against the 2-3-4 guys for the Tigers. The 0-2 pitch to Carlos Guillen. Got him. Papelbon makes quick work of Guillen for the first out of the ninth.
All fastballs from Papelbon. The last one 94 and rising. Foul tipped into the glove of Mirabelli.
One down in the ninth inning. Here's Ivan Rodriguez, who was grounded out to short twice and has popped out to short. Sliced foul off to the right, up into the luxury box section to the right. Red Sox winning the first game of the series. The Tigers bouncing back. Boston won the first one 7-1. Tigers won the second one 7-2. A tight-knit affair here today at Fenway in game 3. Oh, drops in there for strike 2. 0-2.
That's the slider from Papelbon. A good sharp slider that time. See the back break a little bit by Rodriguez, bending back on the breaking ball.
Rodriguez gets a piece, fouls it back to the screen. On deck, Sean Casey. The 0-2 pitch. Got him. Back-to-back strikeouts for Papelbon to open the ninth.
Well, they showed Rodriguez one breaking ball in that at bat. That was the slider right back to the fastball away from Pudge Rodriguez for the strikeout. Mirabelli set up inside, but this ball goes outside corner.
So 2 down in the ninth inning, and it'll be Sean Casey, who was 0 for 3 today. He was fly to center, grounded out to first, and lined out to shortstop. A swing and a miss, fooled on that pitch.
Yeah, he's got them all today. That was his splitter. We've seen a nasty slider. We saw a nasty splitter there, and of course the blazing fastball.
Papelbon has been nothing but strikes. He's thrown 8 pitches, all for strikes. There's a ball, and it's 1-1 as he misses with the 94-mile-per-hour fastball.
He wants another K.
The 1-1 to Casey. Check swing foul, back into the seats. Papelbon struck out Carlos Guillen. Followed it up with a strikeout of Ivan Rodriguez. And now ahead of Sean Casey, 1-2. Inside as Casey twists out of the way as the count evens at 2-2.
And that didn't miss Casey's right elbow by very much either.
Ooh, that'd have been painful. Papelbon has struck out the side once this season, April 19th against Toronto. They're trying to do the same here today in game 1 of a day-night doubleheader. Casey with a defensive swing fouls it off up into the top deck off to the left.
Papelbon trying to elevate against Casey with the 2 strikes. A very late swing by Casey, but he does foul it off and still has life.
The Red Sox pitching staff has retired the last 12 Tigers in a row. Off the side of the mound, a hot shot to Lugo. Throws out Casey and the Red Sox win. Red Sox able to take game 3 of this 4-game series against the Tigers today in a tight-knit affair. Well pitched by Boston as the Red Sox come away with a 2-1 victory in the first game of this day-night doubleheader from Fenway Park. So the Red Sox able to come away with the first one, a big one today against this very good Tigers team. WB Mason's extra innings is right around the corner, so stay with us. Trent, I'll be back here at Fenway right after this.
My neighbor drove all over town to find the